Hey everyone, Anthony with Bangin Beers podcast. We're in the clubhouse. We're gonna refer to it as that from now. We're here with Harris Family Brewing Company. I'll let these guys all give their introduction here, and we're gonna try some of their beers and maybe some other ones. There we got some other. We have a cool lineup. We'll see how it goes as we do it. We're here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So this is our second. Oh, Mechanicsburg was Mellow Make, right? But they still say that's part of the Harrisburg area. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's all one thing. It's like what? It's like a road divides it. One of those deals. Yeah,
it's actually the river.
Right.
The river
actually divides.
The river.
Oh yeah. We had to go over the bridge to Mechanicsville.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
All right. We'll start with you. You going?
All right, so my name is Martez. I am the social medialist and also the spice technician.
Spice technician.
Spice technician? You just made that up, didn't you?
I sure enough did.
All right. I've never heard that.
So you run the social media page?
I run some of them, yes. I do, guys. Most of the pictures when we go to our events, I get the pictures and the videos and try to put everything together for them.
Perfect. That's a very important job. I need one of those. Anyone want to step up?
You're not the guy?
Not the guy?
I'm the guy.
The guy.
Yeah. Go ahead, Sean.
I'm Sean Harris, part owner and the brewmaster over here at Harris Family Brewery.
I am Jerry Thomas, co-owner and co-brewmaster. I'm the guy that gets Sean's head together when he's ready to just quit and stop brewing. We gotta get things right.
He's the muscle.
Right.
I'm Tim White, one of the owners and director of operations.
Nice. So how did you guys land on the Harris family?
Okay, so I started making beer at my house. I was home brewing, and we were just having cookouts and stuff like that. And people would come over and smack all the beer going, like a 5-gallon batch going, before the cookout's even over. So I started making bigger batches and bigger batches and bigger batches, and it was still getting smacked every time. So I decided, I should start a company and try to do this. And Tim came to the house one day. He tried the beer, and he was like, "We need to sell this today." Well, that was like 7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because it's difficult to get into this game, and we didn't know how difficult it was 7 years ago. But as you can see, the fruits of our labor are finally coming to fruition.
Yeah.
But that's how we came across the Harris Family Brewery name, because it was originally my company. JT was helping me brought him in. Tim thought it was great and wanted to sell it immediately, brought him in. Tez is just amazing at a lot of different things, so brought him in. But at the core, it was the company I started. My name's Sean Harris, and I did this for me. I did this for my sons. And then, we brought everybody on, and we do it for us, we do it for our kids, and that's why it's Harris Family.
Yeah.
Mostly, especially in the hood, like you see a bunch of brothers all the time, and very rarely they got the same last name anyway. I mean, that's just how it is in our neighborhood. I got 2 brothers, and they ain't got my last name. Tim got brothers, they ain't got his last name. Like, this is just how it is. So it's Harris Family Brewery, but we're our family.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. I have, like I tell you, I have 4 different shows I do, but the work I put in and the production we put out is, if this catches on, everyone catches on. That's my mentality. We are a family, and that's how it goes. And the more we can spread the fruits of our labor and working with each other and collabing and meet new people, and then they get exposure, that's what it's really all about.
Yep.
I like that mentality of your guys' business marketing. I like it.
We're...
Yeah. How did you guys get into the craft beer scene? Because that is definitely a question I like, because people try like an IPA for the first time. I know the first time I tried a craft beer, I was like, this is fucking gross.
Yeah.
Actually, I've told the story a few times on different things, but I think you'll really appreciate it because it's from a Harrisburg area thing.
Yeah.
First time I ever had a craft beer, besides Yingling, because Yingling is a craft beer, but a lot of people don't consider it one because it's in our backyard.
Yeah.
We go to a Hershey Bears game. We get VIP. My dad knows everybody through the fire department, so we're in this VIP box, and they're like, "Yo, beer's all in there." And I see all these different beers. I'm like, I'm not drinking those. And I'm like freshly 21. I'm like, I'm not drinking nothing with blueberries in it. Like, I'm a man. I mean, give me whiskey or beer. So I grab the Yingling and I'm drinking it. And I walk over to my dad, and he's talking to this elderly gentleman, white hair, suit, tie, and they're kind of leaning over the barrier. the other VIP box talking to each other. And the guy's like, "Oh, what are you drinking there?" I was like, "Oh, Yuengling homebrew, like our hometown beer." He goes, "You should try what your dad's drinking." And I look at it, and he's drinking a blueberry beer, and I'm like, "All right." So I take a sip, and I'm like, "Oh, that's fucking gross." And the guy goes, "Oh, well, that's called Trogs, and I'm the VP." And I was like, "Your beer needs work," and I walked away. Now Trogs is like my favorite brewery, but like my first introduction to it, if you're not a craft beer drinker, it takes there's a little bit of a learning curve there. You gotta grow, you get used to it. Yep. What was your first craft beers that you dove into?
I mean, the funny thing is, in being in Harrisburg. And Trogs being right in our backyard, they was right on Paxton Street for a long time. They just moved to Hershey, like 3-4 years ago. Yeah. So they was our neighborhood brewery, or they should have been our neighborhood brewery to begin with. But because of where we was at, they it just didn't reach us the way that I think it could have reached us or should have reached us. So we was still drinking, like Old English and Code 45.
That's his favorite.
Nothing wrong with that.
I mean, it is what it is. But there's so much more in the beer world to offer. So I started drinking Blue Moon, and I was like, this is really good. And to not to dive into the origin story too much right now, I started making Blue Moon clones, and that's how I started making craft beer. Mm-hmm. And I didn't even realize that's what I was doing. I didn't realize that I was making craft beer. The term craft beer didn't even really fully become understood by me until like a year or two after I was making the beer, and somebody said, "Oh, you're making craft beer," and I was like, "What the heck is? What are you talking about? I'm making beer. Like, what's the difference between craft beer and beer?" A year after I started making a Blue Moon clone, I'm drinking Blue Moon, and for what it's worth, at the time, Blue Moon to me was a craft beer. It was crafty. That's how I dove into craft beer. I really feel like for all of us, we dove into craft bear right around the same time when I started making it.
Yeah, I wasn't even drinking beer before we started making it.
Hennessy, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Jogo was barely 21 though.
Yeah.
And I was drinking. I was drinking every day, but I never touched a craft beer. Besides Yuengling, and it's the same thing. Like, it's in our backyard, so I never associated it with.
What's your favorite Yuengling?
I'm a lager guy.
I love the lager until I got into craft beer, and then I found Chesterfield, and I never looked back because Chesterfield to me has that craft taste more than any, like that dank.
Yeah.
It's kind of gross, but I don't know. It has not gross, but it has.
I don't think I've had it yet. I'm gonna check it out.
Fantastic.
I had it. It's cool. My favorite from Yuengling though is Black and Tan.
Yeah. Well, Black and Tan is made with premium and the porter, but the way Black and Tan was supposed to be made is with the porter and Chesterfield. Oh. So when you go to a brewery, like the brewery or the tour, or if you're at a bar that has both, like if they have porter and they have Chesterfield, make a Black and Tan with that. It's fucking amazing.
Word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so like with the craft beer, like in these neighborhoods, they're not really sold. Like you go to a corner store and it's your domestics or your like as cheap as you can get beers. They buy a 40, you get, and that's. I used to go to parties all the time with my friends. I'm like, I don't know. I guess I'm going to drink this tonight. Like I'm getting a Keystone because there's nothing else here.
It's changing this much though, because literally a block away there's a bar called Piccolo's and there's nothing crafty in there at all. I don't think. I haven't been in Picks in a while. There's nothing crafty at all. But 3 blocks that way, you can go to Double D's and get your like Blue Moon. Well, I keep bringing up Blue Moon, but you can get like Yuengling. You can get some Trogue stuff at Double D's, and like I think you might even be able to get some.
People's carry-out games are stepping up with the craft.
And that's not like, I don't want to make it like white, because even like poor white neighborhoods, all they sell is dirt beer.
Yeah, because it's about money. It's not about the beer for the macros.
Into a bar and be like, that's a $4.50. Like in our cold towns, someone walks in, they're like, how much is Miller Lite on tap? I'm like $1.25. How much is that one? They're like $3.75 or $4. Like,
easy.
Yeah, I'm going to keep going Miller, and I'm trying to explain to them. 6 of your Millers is 2 of those $4 ones, so it all equals out. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna get fucked up quick on those. It's a little more expensive, but it's gonna hit.
It's mind blowing how much Budweiser and Colt 45 just flies out. Just can after can after can.
I can't do Budweiser.
Picks has a big ass truck every day dropping off a lot of beer every day, and it's like a whole I don't call it a hole in the wall. It's kind of a hole in the wall.
It's a hole.
It's a hole in the wall. Like I don't know if anybody from Pix is going to listen to this podcast,
Right.
but you run a hole in the wall, and
Sometimes those bars are needed.
yeah.
No, 'cause
It's been there for
takeout
30
game-
years.
Their takeout game is nuts.
Their takeout game is amazing, man. They get
It's
a truck
constant
every
traffic.
day.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and then the bars that are stepping up and getting the craft scene, I definitely appreciate that. But you guys have a really cool thing in Harrisburg because there's like so much craft beer in this town.
Yeah.
Like even the Mechanicsville and stuff. Like you got the Harrisburg game is insane.
Mechanicsburg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mechanicsville, Mechanicsburg.
Yeah.
Same thing.
I'm sorry, I'm fucking up
Tomato,
again.
tomato.
No, I think Mechanicsville is over in Butler County.
Oh yeah, yeah. But it's just this area, your beer scene is insane.
It's booming. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's where we come in because once you cross the river, once you take, you come up a couple blocks. So like from the river, the blocks count up. Front Street, 2nd Street, 3rd Street, 4th Street, 5th Street. By the time you get to 13th Street, you're in a craft beer desert.
Right.
There's nothing
And
there.
then you can go all the way up to 30th Street before you're at a restaurant that actually has a craft beer on tap.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it missed us for so long because we're neighborhood people. So we drink here, we eat here, we work here, we go to school here. We didn't start traveling to drink until after we started making beer.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I'm
then
from the Uptown area, and I didn't know none of the breweries exist.
yeah.
Ever.
So we get into the craft beer, and then, like he said, that I'm not sure what day it exactly was, but that cookout day we need to remember because that was the day that the light bulbs went off on everybody's head. And
You know what it was? It was when we sent Richie to college. We had his trunk party.
It was a shrimp
He was going to college. I made a batch of beer, and it was ready for the boy to go to college.
So by the end of the night, like he said, I was just
Tim was like, put this in a bottle, I'm going down the street.
going down I went down a YouTube rabbit hole of what is craft beer and how to make it and how to sell it and how to legally sell it. And then, of course, you start looking for people who look like you, naturally. And that's when we were like, what's going on here?
Not many.
Not many. And that's what really lit the fire up under me when I knew that we could stamp the flag as Pennsylvania's first black-owned brewery.
Yeah.
And then it was just off to the races from there.
Times are changing, though.
I think it's a fantastic thing that you guys have, and I think it's cool. Another thing I really respect is how you're saying you stay in your neighborhood. Like you said, you like that local support is important. You know what I mean? And I think that's something that resonates. Like someone can go to a town and be like, "Man, this place is a shithole." Treat it like shit. Throw their garbage in the street. Go out to a bar and pick fights. But like that doesn't do nothing but ruin your community. Like, and if someone's doing something positive and working with each other and trying to get people to work, like, hey, we're supporting you support us. It's the possibilities are endless. Like you don't need.
Look what Brew Gentleman did in Braddock. Like Braddock was a dump.
Yeah.
Like they was written off completely, and Brew Gentleman went there and just established themselves in the neighborhood. And like Braddock is different today, maybe because Brew Gentleman is there, maybe not, but they're definitely a big part of the transformation of Braddock in that neighborhood.
And that's over by Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's another big town.
Yeah.
They love Yingling in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go in Pittsburgh, there's Yingling advertisements
sign everywhere.
Yeah. I was like, this
They
is
have
crazy.
a strong marketing presence in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. I remember I was in Vegas and I was wearing my Yingling shirt and someone was like, "Oh, Yingling." I was like, "All right, so I can narrow down pretty much where you're at because you know this beer because it doesn't travel to a certain distance."
Yep.
And we're sitting in the bar and I'm like, "Well, there's no way." Like the guy's like, I wish we had a Yingling right now." And I was like, "All right, whatever," like joking around. And I look in the cooler. Now we're in the MGM Grand where like a Bud Light is $8. You know what I mean? And I look in the cooler and there's the Dogfish Head, 120. And I'm like, all right, if a fucking Bud Light is $8, what's a 120? I go like, how much is that Dogfish Head 120? And she goes, oh, that we can't get rid of it. That's a $2 bottle.
Get out of here.
I was like,
Yeah, let me get all of them.
I was like,
three.
I'll take two. And the guy next to me is like, what is that? I'm like, this will fuck you up. And I said, it's $2 a bottle.
That beer is boozy as hell. Though.
Yeah. And he did it. I was like, just get through the first one. You're going to have a great time. Yeah.
People on vacation, though, they be like, let me just get a Bud.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a vacation. Like, I'm finally at the bar. Let me get a Bud.
I went to the first place, like, because you're walked on the strip and you can just, like, beer places, the whole strip, that you can just walk in, buy a beer or a beer slushie and leave.
Oh, yeah.
And I bought a big Bud Light. That's all I had. And I'm just kind of standing there. And the guy's like, what are you doing? I was like, drinking my beer. He goes, the fuck out of here. Like, I was like, what do you mean? He goes, where are you from? I was like, Pennsylvania. He goes, you're allowed to be on the street with your beer. I'm like, what? I was like,
I'm out.
I was like a 15-year-old kid that was allowed to do something that you weren't supposed to do the first time. I'm like showing everyone I have a beer.
I got my beer.
We was down there like double fisting bottles like we was in a Rockefeller video.
Yeah. And then the first cop went by and I did this. It was like my first.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah. I tucked it under my arm. Like, you don't have to do that. I'm like, I'm not used to it.
Yeah.
So you let's crack one of the first ones here. Get a taste?
I just want to be clear that we didn't bring any of our beer.
That's fine.
Yeah, this is all local. This is all local stuff.
I'm down with it.
As you can see, our brewery, I don't know, as y'all can see, I don't know if the camera can see, the camera can't see, but our brewery is still under construction. So
we're going to start with this 717 collab.
Oh, yeah. 717 collab with, who was in the collab? Trogs, Zero Day, Boneshire.
Is that what it's called, the 717 collab?
Yeah. I forget who all was
We use
involved in
Untapped
that.
a lot on the show to kind of...
So now I gotta go get my phone.
Oh, he was serious. I thought.
He got right up. It's like, nah, I got to untap this shit.
All right, so I have the 717 collab R&D series.
Yep, that's
Amber Ale or the Pale Ale?
This is the Pale Ale.
Pale, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so this is a 6% ABV. Has 56 check-ins, so not many. Averages a 3.53. It is a zero-day brewing company, but it doesn't say all the collaborate. Oh, yeah, so here it goes. Boneshire, Millworks, Appalachian, and Trogs.
There we go.
Shout out to the squad.
Shout out to the squad. Shout out to the local squad.
Who's some of your pale? Yeah, pale ale. Yeah. Okay. Who are some of your favorite places to go to in the area?
Zero Day.
Zero Day. And, first of all, Zero Day and Boneshire. You see, that's the only two beers we brought. But I enjoy. First of all, I enjoy my Evergreen. In my neighborhood, they got Juice Juicy on tap all the time, and I mess with Juice Juicy heavy. Vegetable Hunter.
We have booked for an episode with those guys too.
Okay. That's
are they
cool
beer
group.
or are they more of a
Just did a collab
cider?
with them.
Nah, man, they make beer.
That's beer?
They make beer.
Because usually when it's only vegetable and stuff like that, it's
They're vegans, but they make
they're vegans,
beer.
but they make beer. We did a collab with them over the holiday. It was a mold spice holiday beer.
Okay.
And it was beer. We made a beer. Matter of fact, we on slate to make another joint with them, and it's gonna be beer
for Little Big for
Little Big Beer Fest. Yeah.
nice. Are you guys doing Schuylkill County Brew Fest this year? Are you guys going? Or
Yeah. We're gonna do Schuylkill County Brew Fest, provided that we get the final approval by the LCB.
Okay.
But otherwise, we're still going.
Yeah. That's where we met.
Yeah.
I just remember being at the tent and all I drank that day was Shetty because I couldn't get up off the table. And the Yingling guy's right next to me. He kept zipping up the thing. He's like, yo, here. And he just kept handing me Shetty the whole day. I love that guy. Yeah. And you guys sat down. It's just unfortunate that when we started that, I had really shitty microphones. The fucking camera didn't work. Everything lagged. So it's like the worst video I've ever put out. But I put it out anyway. But it's like that day made me step up my shit. Like, because when I first started this, I'm like, I did a little bit of research, but I was like, oh, we can get these mics. And I start doing it. And it worked in my kitchen, like in our studio. Yeah. We put curtains up so we hide the fact that it's in the kitchen now. Yeah. I say I'm in Joe Rogan's studio. We sold out. I went and got whole different microphones. I got new boards, new cameras. So like that day really made me like, I was like, no, I'm going to fucking buckle down. I want to do this, and I really want to take this seriously.
Yeah, that Schuylkill Brew Fest was
lit.
Surprisingly amazing.
Yeah, they do a great job every year.
It was in the middle of nowhere, and then it's like, boom, we went to the wrong place. We went to the wrong place, and then we found the right place, and boom.
You're talking about the one that was in Frackville?
Were you there last
No,
year?
Pottsville.
Pottsville.
Oh, Pottsville.
Is that when they moved?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It used to be in a field. In
we heard.
Yeah,
in Frackville,
we heard.
and then it moved to downtown Pottsville.
Yep. So that's the one we went to. That's the one, the good one.
Right. When it was in that field, man, it was muddy as shit.
It rained every single time someone tries to do anything at that venue. It rains,
and they didn't fucking cut the grass. And it was just like twice.
Oh no, it was hot as balls. It was hot as balls last year.
Yeah,
it was a
I remember
perfect day.
when they did it the first year. The last year they were at the Virgin got me. The last year they were at the Frackville one. I wasn't there, but I seen people take pictures of it. And this one girl had like brand new UGG boots. and she stepped in, and it went straight to her ankle, and she pulled her foot out, and the boot stayed.
Yeah, that was a waste of $200.
R.I.P. her Ugg boots.
Right.
And then she walked around with a muddy sock all day because obviously she stepped back down and fucked up her.
Oh, that was some dedication. She didn't
She
roll.
was dedicated.
Yeah, she's
I'd
like,
have
"Fuck it."
rolled. I'd have been done. I had to go get me a good pair of sneakers or something, or some Timbos.
So this gets ranked in like a 3.25, which is like middle of the road. It's a little higher than middle of the road because like what a 2.25 would be like on par, like just a decent beer. 3 would be up a little higher.
Well, I mean, it's a 5-point system, so
Yeah, I really like this,
Yeah, I like it.
and
It's sweet and simple.
and it's usually like we had
a
a
good
beer the other day
starter
that
beer.
came out of a growler and it didn't hold up. Like usually when it comes from a
Yeah.
tap to a growler, you lose a little bit.
Yeah.
This it didn't lose its carbonation.
Well,
like,
I literally just got this poured 5 minutes before I pulled up.
okay,
So that helps.
yeah, that's really good. I liked it a lot.
0 Day ain't that far away. Like I got the growler filled. I finished my Alaskan Vista, which is crazy down there at 0 Day. That's the stout that they got down there now.
New stout they got.
It's like 9.5.
I have a hard time with stouts.
This is a thick one too.
Everything tastes like coffee to me. Every stout. They're like, it's chocolate with hints of strawberry. I'm like,
Right.
this is
No,
gonna taste like
coffee.
This
This is
is
Folgers.
gonna taste like old ass coffee. Like if
This
you
is
leave it in
definitely
the-
Maxwell House.
Yeah, and I just can't do it. I had one stout I liked that had no coffee taste, and that's when Rotunda did that chocolate strawberry. I fucking loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Yeah, it was the only stout I was like, I can have another.
Not like coffee.
I just don't like coffee.
It's very sacrilegious.
I'm not a,
Well, my first love is coffee.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
After I'm still going to do it, but I plan on starting a coffee company one of these years.
Nice.
But my point was, cold coffee is a sin to me. I don't do cold coffee. It got to be piping hot.
so like a stout is a cold coffee. To me, it's just
Right. So I hear you. I agree with your statement. I can drink a stout though, but it is not on my list of favorites.
yeah.
Because of that reason.
Awesome. We'll start with you, Ben. What do you? I'll let you talk a little here. What do you give this beer?
Yeah, I'm like the mute here. Oh, there we go.
Cut them off.
I gave you one opportunity.
You had one job.
I'm that guy. You know. I would definitely give it a 3.25. I really like it. It's like you said, Tim. It's pretty simple and right to the point.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
100%.
Not simple like bad though.
No.
Yeah.
No. Sometimes you just want something to drink.
Yeah.
And you don't want anything too complex. You just want a drinking beer. This would just be a drinking beer.
I guarantee you in their development meeting, that's what they said.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of those guys that were in that development meeting. I guarantee you they said, let's just make a drinking beer. Mm-hmm. Let's not go nuts. We
And
don't
definitely
need
nothing wrong
beats.
with that at all. Definitely nothing wrong with that at all. So 3.25, solid all the way through.
You want to read off some of the flavor profiles there?
Yeah, sure. I always read like the ABVs and stuff.
Okay.
I tell you, that's his gimmick.
So 717 Collab R&D series, Quebec Pale Ale 2020 version. It's from 0 Day Brewing, 6%. Each year we get together with some of our fellow brewers in the 717 era to develop a collaboration in celebration of Harrisburg Beer Week. This funky pale ale brewed with Norwegian Quebec yeast and Pennsylvania malt was developed to test the characteristics of several ingredients and processes. Each brewery is experimenting with different ingredients which we will use to develop this year's official Harrisburg Beer Week collab. Keep an eye out for other beers in the R&D series at Boneshire Millworks, Appalachian, and Trogs.
We love Harrisburg Beer Week.
Harrisburg Beer Week.
We gotta make it a point to do that. Funky, I think, is the best way to describe this beer.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just if you can make a taste that tastes like funky, this is it for me. I like it. I'm gonna give this a little. I'm gonna go 3.5 for my review on that one. Did you guys check this in, or do you guys do the on top thing?
I intentionally stay away from my cat.
Do you?
Yeah.
They say most brewers stay away.
I know a few brewers who are obsessed with it, and they get fucking upset when people give them a bad review.
That's how we stay away.
Nah, son, because I'm gonna fight you. Like, nah. You ever see Jay and Silent Bob?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm the end of Jay and Silent Bob. Are you Beer Master 6'9"? Yeah.
I am the click commander.
Yeah, so we don't use it too much.
I actually had a story. I'm not going to say his name, but he knows damn well who he is. He was in a bar one time, and his beer was on tap, and he was on Untapped, like just watching the location to see when people checked it in. Yeah. And the one guy goes, "This beer fucking sucks," and he's like, "I have to leave. I have to." But the guy only didn't like it because it was a banana beer, and the guy didn't like banana. And and the whole time he's like, "Why the fuck would you buy my beer if you don't like that flavor profile?" And then shit on it, saying that you like.
Yeah, that
doesn't make sense.
That's the worst.
Yeah, like I'll check in a stout, but I won't score it because I'm not going to ruin their score because it's not my style of beer. I do it for the show. But I'm not going to bury them.
I think it's a dope system. I think, you go into breweries and they have the little ticker up on their screens.
Yep.
I think that's cool.
Oh, yeah. I like that, too.
The technology
I always
dope.
like checking out. I'm like, look, there's my picture. There's my profile picture. Check that out.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. The zombie eyes.
You know what I found out? My friend told me the other day that there's an Untapped app for weed.
Oh,
It's called.
Everyone's ears perked up.
unyanked.
It's called like Leafy or something.
Okay.
I know there's one for pro wrestling called Grapple,
Yeah,
and you can rank matches when you watch matches and stuff.
Wow.
It's so funny though that someone did like a.
I love
weed.
it. We're trying to find a way to get my house as an Untapped location. So if you come on the show and you check in a beer, it's like at the podcast table.
Nice.
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
Yeah.
How do you do that? That's got to be easy.
No, you just got to contact the people.
Yeah, that's in his plate. I put that on your
They
job.
one of the head owners or directors was at Harrisburg Beer Week event. if not
2 years
last-
ago.
2 years
2 years ago, yeah.
Is that already gone and past Harrisburg Beer Week?
No,
it's coming up.
When you know what?
The second week in April? Something like that.
something like
Yep.
I have to see what we got going on that day. We'll have to make a trip.
But they
up.
they have different events, and that guy was there.
Let me find out so I can say it on the hot mic, because Sarah will never forgive us if we don't give the exact time for Harrisburg Beer Week.
Yeah,
Isn't
we
it like
actually
the 10th
have.
to the 17th?
We have this month. We have three. Like you guys are the first of three of the breweries that we're going to. We're going to Liquid Noise next, and then we're going to 1787 in Hamburg.
Okay.
And then I think the month after that is Hidden Story and Bonsai.
Yeah, and the vegetable.
And then Vegetable Hunter. But then we're going to be at the Brewfest for Schuylkill County, like set up and doing stuff.
Yeah. Right.
But then we're just going to go to the Brewfest. We're going to go to the Ren Fair one. That one's a blast. If you ever did that in like Lancaster.
Somebody just reached out to us about coming there to do that.
Oh, it's so
the
much fun.
Ren Fair. I forget what they said, though.
Top 5 I've ever been drunk in my life.
Yeah.
And they're literally these glasses, but like,
Word.
like it's just a long walking path, and it's filled with people. Like the Baltimore people are all there. Everybody's there. It's unbelievable. It's so much fun.
So Harrisburg Beer Week starts April 17th and it runs to April 26th. And it's
wow.
a 10-day multi-venue event that the benefits proceed to Harrisburg River Rescue. So
That's cool.
yeah, those guys do. The River Rescue does excellent work, like stuff that nobody wants to do, like when you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and have to rescue somebody.
No, people are
on
just
the river.
recklessly fishing and being on that Susquehanna. It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah,
The statistics are crazy.
anytime.
Yep.
So, yeah. Shout out Harrisburg River Rescue and shout out Harrisburg Beer Week.
Yeah. Do you guys know what day you're going to be, like, what day you're going to fall into?
I don't think we have an event scheduled for this year's Beer Week because we're trying to do this.
Yeah.
You know? So
Is there a day that, like, stands out? Like, okay, like the second Saturday? Like, do they have, like, a heavy hitter week where they try to get, like
the first night they have a VIP party, which is pretty dope, and all the brewers and all the who's who in local in the local brewing world go. So that's kind of a standout for me.
And then we just try to catch as many events as we can. You can't do all
Can't
day.
do 'em all.
Can't do them all.
Right.
There's a lot happening during Harrisburg Beer Week because everybody registers their event. So
They make a map.
yeah,
is it like bars you go to or breweries?
bars, breweries,
Yep.
The first night is in Strawberry
the
Square.
park. the Strawberry
Riverfront.
Square. Like, there's a lot going on during
That's
Harrisburg
awesome.
Beer Week. Yeah,
Is there like music involved too? Like, do they book?
it
book artists?
depends.
Depends on
It
where you
depends on whose venue.
But yes, there is music.
yeah,
involved.
there's
Dude,
music.
just as awesome. I'm a big fan of the 717 area beer. The music in this area is fantastic.
Yeah. Music and art. Yeah, we're booming.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of bands.
HMAC is nuts.
Yeah.
HMAC
I love that
is
place.
nuts.
Yeah.
They do a great job.
I live right around the corner from HMAC, and I can
Their
tell
beer
when
selection's
something's
fantastic,
crazy.
too.
Yeah, no, No, one night. Remember that night we went there and they had more people than they expected, and there was no beer.
Like none.
They got cleaned out, and that night we both decided that we was like, that's never going to happen. Like if you call me at 2:00 in the morning, we're going to bring you some beer.
Yeah,
there's too many people there.
But whoever expects 1,000 more people than you thought would show up. Like some bands have crazy pool.
Yeah. It might have already happened, but Mac Lethal I think is going to be there soon.
Yeah, no, that's coming up.
The white dude he raps super fast. Yeah, he's a big YouTube guy. He's good.
Taz moonlights there for security sometimes.
Yeah. I was just there for the trap show they had.
Okay. Yeah, but my little brother Craig does a lot of the shows there. Craig Hetherington.
Okay,
yeah, he did. Yeah, he's a security guard.
I'm like an '80s rap guy.
I'm all right.
You look like it.
I'm not a rap.
First of all,
fan.
there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm not a rap fan, but I do love a good MC, and I love hip hop. Because there's a clear difference to me.
There's definitely a difference.
Like Mos Def, Talib Kweli.
Yes.
I'm more like EPMD, Eric B. and Rakim.
That's my guy right there.
Yeah, I like all
my
those
car.
as well. Yeah, but then I get into
Gangstar, stuff like that.
some of the newer the newer stuff is tough for me. I have a hard time with it. Like I like J. Cole. Kendrick Lamar.
I like the babies, all right.
Yeah. I like Malcolm Moore. Don't make fun of me. I like him now.
I like that Juice WRLD too. I
didn't listen to him yet. Post Malone.
My son keeps telling me that Juice WRLD is good, but I only heard him that one time on the new Eminem album.
Yeah.
And that song was pretty dope though.
Yeah, I like Post Malone. That dude's just a beast musician. Like you could put a guitar in his hand and he can do any genre of music.
Yeah, I mean, all right. I'm a pop star. I'm just over here listening to Black Thought and Royce the 5'9".
Yo, Royce is a beast.
You know what I mean?
I love when Bad Meets Evil, that one that him and that album was insane. Royce is a monster.
Royce is a beast.
That doesn't stand out anymore. Like people like him don't get played with other nonsense stuff.
But you know what?
It's funny you said that too, because I was just talking to him about it when he dropped his new album. That it's not going to get that much play because people don't listen to him, but it's the best album that's out right now.
Yeah, right now.
It's crazy.
You know who I like a lot too, and he doesn't get much love? I love Lupe Fiasco.
Yes, I love Lupe.
Where'd he go?
Yeah, but when
he stopped making hits and he started making albums.
Yeah.
He stopped being mainstream. That's exactly what it was.
And then revolutionary, and it was.
You ever listen to Gym Class Heroes with Chavry McCoy?
Yeah.
I like him too. He's a storyteller. Like that's what I like listening to a story when I like there's a song. Like
listen to Slick Rick, man.
This Slick Rick bedtime stories. But like I like that. Like there has to be substance to it. If you're just copying and like a lot, like I'm not a country fan. And I don't like country the same reason I don't like newer rap, because it's just cookie cutter. Like, okay, let's just talk about these 5 things, put a sick beat to it, and if the beat's good, I'll fuck with you a little bit. But like, but if it's just like the same the same thing every time, it just bores me. It's like,
but that's how you get rich.
Shit on is gonna be awesome. Isn't that good luck if a bird shits on you?
I think it is.
So they said.
On a podcast, I think you should play the lottery.
I think he just made it out.
Did he?
No, he's just chilling.
No, he went up in the window.
Yeah.
And I think there's a.
No, I told you,
you're a dumb bird.
We were rooting for him. Is any of these open?
I think he was having
Yeah, they
cigarette.
open.
Once we open them.
Yeah, we can open the garage door and he'll probably fly out.
Yeah.
So for context, right now we're sitting in Harris Family Brewery's first location. Well, not our first location. We actually switched the location 2 or 3 times trying to find a place. Land and space in Harrisburg is expensive, and hard to get, especially when you don't have any, $1 million capital loans out there and stuff like that. So, this building used to be a lumber yard a long time ago. The guy said like all of these little holes was open, and trains would pull up right behind this building, and they would just there were just big rails on these things.
It's definitely built. It looks like it's built to last.
Yeah,
it's
been here for a long
time. If a
time.
fire broke out in here, they would have a hard time because it's all brick and concrete.
Yeah, this whole neighborhood was an industrial and manufacturing and stuff like that, and of course it adapted because right across the street there's homes and schools and stuff like that. But we tried to put a tap room up here, but I can't afford to make this second floor ADA compliant. So we're just going to stick to this space because it's solid and we can grow in it.
Yeah.
So we're just going to manufacture up here. We're currently in the licensing process. We're on the tail end of it. So Harris Family Brewery will have a product to sell by the middle end of this year. And you see, as you can see, there's construction happening. So, we have our system over there. A cold room's popping up. Yeah. We got things happening.
One of the cool things with the beer scene too is that like you guys, to make a beer, you really don't need to have the restaurant. You don't need to have the location. You can just brew, and all the brewers are like, "Hey, listen, we know your struggle, we know your work, and we know this is not easy, but we know you make a good product. We'll tap it in our place." Like, and that was how people work with each other. Like, I like that about it, and I actually take that with me with the podcasting thing. Like, not every other podcast has the equipment I have or has the ability to get this. So I'm like, yo, let's work together and do some collaborations, and I'll tell you what I have, you tell me what you have, and then we'll work together and teach each other how to get a good product, but maybe not spend as much, or how to get through loopholes to get through things. And I think that support to one another is super important.
But that's why we shout out the squad, because the squad, this local squad around here, Boneshire, Zero Day, Millworks,
Appalachian Brewery.
Appalachian, like they show love to us, they show love to each other, and trust me, they've all reached out to us. Trogs, the bull was like, what'd he say?
Trogs guy was like, Trogs guy.
Trogs guy. It was Chris.
Yeah,
Chris was like,
you need anything? And people just say that.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, let me go back. So we're at a Brewers of PA event.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cool site too.
That was the night before we were at in Hershey.
Yeah. That was the annual BOP. Yeah.
Okay, so we're there, and we're the new guys. Literally, there's 200 people in this room. We're 3 black guys there. That's it. Brooklyn Brewery was there.
Garrett Oliver.
So he made 4.
Yeah.
So he's a god. So we're like,
he's the god.
There's Garrett Oliver. But the Trogs crew was there, and we're mingling, we're shaking hands, kissing babies, and all that, and all that. And he's like, "Yeah, man, we haven't sat down and talked yet. I want to come tour the brewery." And we're like, yeah. So, you do the whole exchange the business card thing. We get smacked that night because there's like an event after that event. So it was just a long night, amazing night. And we just wake up the next day and go to work. And the first email I get, it's like 7:57. It's from him. Yeah. I'm like, whoa. I couldn't believe he'd reached out to us the very next day. Yeah. So he sends us his itinerary. He's like, yeah, pick a spot. And we pick a spot, and next thing you know, we were getting a tour within the week of meeting him.
That's awesome.
So he
by him, not by somebody.
Yeah. So we get there,
by him.
And he opens the door.
Yeah.
He gives us the tour, and it was just like VIP treatment. And so we go through the tour, we talk. He gives us advice, which was phenomenal. He's like, you need anything? He was like, unless you got $1 million you can give us,
a T-shirt.
I think we're okay. He's like, well, mi casa e su casa. He's like, I got a lab. You want to borrow my lab?
Borrow my lab?
I'm like, what?
What do you mean?
So he literally,
it's like, yeah, my lab does everything. Like, we can see if you got an infection in your stuff. We can tell you what your formula is. We can help you with the formula when you submit it to the TTB. Whatever, man. Just let me know if you want to use my lab.
All right.
All right, Tony Stark.
Thank you, Trogs.
Yeah. So, like, when people say stuff like that's how dope this industry is, man. So
hearing stuff like that as someone who's an outsider who just drinks beers and talks about it makes me like Trogs that much more now. Because they can easily be like, we're the king of the till. Like, go fuck yourself.
But they're
not.
Is open arms. Like, everybody's open arms to us. Like, Boneshire was like, hey, we got all this grain. Take 4 bags.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
And cool. They know the problem.
Right.
I'm gonna say no. There's not enough black drinkers.
Of craft beer.
Of craft beer.
Right.
And they want more.
Right.
Yeah.
And they just literally don't know how to reach our community.
Mm-hmm. And we're the staple.
So we feel as though, we're gonna drive that bus straight down the hood and pull as many people out as we can.
Yeah.
And in our experience is when you do put a craft beer in front of someone, they like it.
Yeah.
Now you don't start punchy because you start with that triple IPA and you'll scare them off.
Right.
But we're also not afraid of strong drinks. Like
Right.
people drink the liquor, all of it, and it burns all the way down. So it's not about that. It's just about teaching someone to appreciate a higher quality. And then no one knows you can make beer. Like that's a super surprise to people. Like, what do you mean you made this? Like, yes,
yeah,
he
we
made
made
this yesterday
right there in the kitchen.
or last month, and people are just mind blown. And my mom is a big supporter, and she doesn't even drink beer, but she's just like, yo, whatever y'all are doing, and it sounds amazing. And all of her friends drink beer. So what my mom realized was a lot of her church friends would stop her and go, Tim, is that your son? He makes beer? And she's like, yeah. So the way it just reaches all types of people.
Yeah, I'm excited for. I know when I went to the HMAC interviews and I was sitting down with some of like the 717 rappers and stuff and the hip hop guys, they're like, "What are you drinking?" And I was like, "Oh, this is an Evil Genius or this is a Trogs," and I'm like, "Oh, just go. It's right there. Go try it."
I don't even know what it is.
And I'm like the weird dude who doesn't give a shit. Like I'll be the one to die of a fucking virus because I'll just like, "You want to try it?" And I like everyone's passing my glass around drinking it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, I can get that right there. I'm like, yeah, you definitely should do that. And they all came back and they all had craft beers and we all had a conversation. It was awesome.
Shout out to Evil Genius
Yeah, Evil
because
Genius is
I fuck with them heavy. I love my Evil Genius beers.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Right. They're-
Purple Monkey dishwasher.
I'm a
I
sucker
will
for
fight you for it.
Yeah. I'm a sucker for a label and a name.
Yeah.
You hit me with a nerdy name and you put like a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man on a can. I'm buying it.
So
First of all, we were at Bresky's one day and I was like, new phone, who this? Yeah, I'm gonna buy that. I don't care what else is going on here.
Yeah.
New phone, who this? Let me take 6 of those.
The first one I had was Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza. And I was like, that is hilarious. I'll buy that beer. And then there was like one Turtle Power and then Stacy's Mom.
Stacy's Mom.
And I was like,
they're all like reference, like that Purple Monkey dishwasher's from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
To Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza is a spoof of. It's a lyric spoof.
Yeah, because it's Hold Me Closer, Tiny Dancer.
by
Yeah.
Elton John.
Yeah.
And then Turtle Power is just Ninja Turtles.
Turtles.
And, I'm a sucker for that shit. Like we were talking on the way up here, like Abomination. Their can art. No one fucks with that can art. Like they are unbelievable. Their can art's unbelievable. Like that's really good. Rotunda, like their can art is fantastic. And what
Right.
they do, like I'm a sucker for that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
All right,
crazy.
you want to get the next one here? Try it out.
Let's go to Boneshire.
I'll move this one out of the way here.
all right, Boneshire Green Machine.
Oh, okay. So we just gonna go straight from the
straight from 5 point to 7.
right.
So we went from the day drinking beer to the only half of a day.
No, I
drinking
think
beer.
Green Machine is still like 6.5.
No, 7.
It's 7.
Is it 7?
Yes.
I got it.
Oh, okay.
I got it here.
All right.
It's an IPA.
Now we're talking.
Thanks, Alan. Well, no. First of all, thanks Tim for not getting the hog instead of getting Green Machine.
Oh man,
Nah, because the hog would have shut us down. It'd have been time to
Yeah.
go home.
this would have been an early.
What is the
podcast.
highest beer like recently you guys had?
Probably the hog.
what
They be
was that?
drawing like at
is-
Boneshire. What is the hog? Like 10.5, 11, something like that?
9.5, but it punches a little harder than
Nah.
that.
What was we drinking?
No.
One at Tatterflag we had?
Yeah. No.
The one
Tatterflag,
that
yeah,
Tatterflag, the War Machine one or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
That IPA is like a 10.5.
Well, okay.
Ultimate Sin from Rotunda is like a 10.5. That'll ruin your. And that drink's like a 5.
What was we at? We had something like 12.7. Where were we?
I don't know.
Well, a lot of the beers that we do on our show are like 9%. Like it's very rare we have. Like we just did the Irish beer one, and they're all like 4s and 5s, and we're fine. Like
Diet
Well,
beer.
yeah.
You're gonna like coming back to hang out with us once we get into production because I don't fucking like to make session beers.
Yeah.
Session needs nuts. He'll drink the session beers, but I don't like to make session beers.
Yeah.
I'm out here with the 9s and the 10s and the 11s.
You
and
Go
the-
hard.
I go hard in the paint.
We made a batch one time. There was a batch of
When you make like a 10 point whatever, you should just call it the no.
Right.
Have like that.
But Tumbo.
the Kimbe.
That's all. I don't want to make beer. I just want to help name it. Yeah, right. If you need help, let me know. I'm clever. I can come up with fun stuff. All right. I'll pass the mic over. Ben, let him do his thing here.
Awesome. So, This is Green Machine by Boneshire Brew Works. It's a 7.2 ABV beer. It's an IPA American IPA. Green Machine, Green Machine, Green Machine. This hop-filled juggernaut smashes your senses. It's not so delicate bouquet of floral notes, tropical fruits, and pine. Drink up, IPA lovers, drink up.
Yep.
1,825 check-ins. Averages a 397. 5 of my friends have checked it in, and all gave it it averages a 395. So it's right there, almost a 4% beer. Let me check this out real quick. They have made 100. So the last one was Boneshire. No, it was a collaboration. Boneshire has made 135 beers. Green Machine is their highest ranked beer. Right behind them is Tired and True. Tried and True. Sorry. And then behind that's Devil's Burden. Anything with the devil in it, I think is funny. I drink it. I go for it. I don't know. I'm weird. I guess it's my rock and roll guy in me. But yeah, it's a 3. They average a 382 on all the beers they've ever made. So that's a pretty good ranking for a brewery. They're not like they're almost a 4. So that's right there.
Yeah, it's pretty damn.
That's good. Yeah.
Nah, Alan's a mad scientist over there, so he does his thing.
Yeah.
And these are fresh. I just got them like 5 minutes before.
That's different. Trying to see. I'm trying to find the notes here. Hoppy, piney, bitter, floral, smooth. I'm digging this as well. Oh, we didn't get your review for the collab run. I'm sorry. We're out of sync here.
It wasn't a hazy IPA. So.
He's our Simon Cowell of the show. Yeah. 3. We'll start with you on this one. What do you think of Green Machine?
It's good. I mean, it's not hazy IPA, but it's like a West Coast kind of IPA.
Yes,
it's got like that dank pininess to it. It's a 3.75 for me, man.
Yeah.
I like it. It's good. It's almost like a 4, probably.
Yeah.
Digging it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm also going 3.75 with this one as well. This is good. My voice, I feel like
I like it.
It's gone, man. I was screaming last night. Yeah, I went to a play yesterday. This is probably the worst time to tell this story, but I went to a play yesterday, and we were in the theater, and I was like in the back because I got there super late, and they did a production of Clue. And we were able to set the podcast up on the stage and interview some of the people that are behind the scenes and stuff. So it was really neat. So kind of helping them get over and hopefully get more people to the show. And we're sitting in the back of the theater, and this dude just starts running up the aisle. And I was like, "What's wrong with him?" And he gets past me and almost in the hallway, and he throws his hands over. You know, if he's making that gurgle,
yeah.
And all I hear is this it pukes in his hands, it shoots everywhere, and I can't be around that. So I was like, no. So I yell in the theater, "Oh no!" And I just get up and I move my seat and I just go stand over by the wall, and I was like, I can't, because if I smell that or if it's over.
No, the smell is the worst.
I'm going home. And then I'm right by the production booth, and the girl who I interviewed, who was the co-director, and then all we hear in the back is this dude just violently throwing up, and I'm just like, oh my god, I can't do this. And she's like, of course, because she's worried about him and stuff. And I was like, listen, the play's not that bad. And she's like, I hate you. But yeah, and then from there we went to the concert, so it's just been a lot of
11. Come on, man.
Listen, I took a huge break from Untapped. I would just drink and not check him in. Yeah, he's making fun of me because he just got his 59. I just hit 11 with hop beers.
So I just want to give a little advice to that guy. Stay away from the gas station tacos. Right. Stay away from gas
no
station
gas
tacos.
station sushi either.
Yeah, the funny part was he just went back to his seat like it didn't happen. I was like, dude, I would have left. I would have been like, I can't sit by people.
Play over.
And I watch way too many horror movies the whole time. I'm going to have to hit him in the head with something. That's how everything starts. That one dude gets up sick, and then he bites the guy next to him. I was like, I'm looking for the exits. I'm like,
right.
Here,
where's my crowbar?
Yeah. It's going to be legit Clue. I'm going to hit him with the wrench in the hallway, in the theater. But yeah, it was a really good time.
What do you have?
Level 31.
Ah, fuck, I got 59.
Yeah. All right, you got the big dick, all right?
Yeah, I got that big dick energy, man.
Yeah, we said that at Ben. All right, so we were at Mellow Mink and I don't know if you guys have gone there. They're really nice, really cool people.
I met them. I haven't been to their spot
It's
yet.
nice. It's beautiful inside. It's like really, really nice. It looks like we didn't belong there.
It's classy.
It was way too classy for us.
Okay.
Like, but they're not saying that they don't accept. Like, I just felt like I should. It's just really nice. Like, we walked in with jeans and a t-shirt and him. You know what I mean?
Probably had like a Cannibal Corpse shirt.
Yeah, 100%. I think he did. And like this place is just gorgeous. It's just so nice in there, and I'm just like, we should have wore a suit or something.
Yeah,
Like,
people are fancy.
yeah, but and that's not the vibe. Like, you can still go in there and have a good time.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
there's sports and stuff.
Yeah, they
on.
were nice.
Super nice guys. Oh yeah. And at the end, Ben's like trying to give a description, but in his head, I know Ben's mannerisms and the way we talk, and he's trying to say like, "Yo, this beer has like big dick energy." And I was just like, "Just say it, bro." Like, and I said it, and they're like, "That's a great compliment." It was awesome. Yeah, they're cool. And then they're like right down the street from Evergreen, so we finished there, and then we stopped at Evergreen and got like 1 or 2 beers. The juicy juice.
Juicy.
I got like 3 cans of
Juice
that.
Juicy is excellent.
That's
man.
fantastic beer.
Shout out to Evergreen again.
I gotta ask, man. Since you brew the beer, what kind of beer do you? What's your kind of go-to? What's your staple? Do you have one?
No, I just like to do, like, it depends on what mood I'm in, and I'll be like, yo, I want to make a stout, and I want to make a stout that's really strong, and I want to make one that's really chocolatey, or I'll be like, I want to make one that tastes like licorice, or I'll be like, I don't know, like, or it'll be a request. He'll be like, can you just make a beer? Like, all right, man, here's your lager, dude.
So, do you like gravitate to one? I know you said you didn't like sessions. Like, do you like IPAs? You're a stout guy, a porter guy.
Wheat, because that Blue Moon's a wheat beer, right?
Yeah, maybe like a
so
wheat beer.
if I had to, it would definitely it would definitely be wheat beers, but like, I'm just a huge fan of Belgians, man. Like I don't even know, like, I can't even pronounce some of these names, and I can't remember the names in the bottles.
I'm terrible.
Yeah, but these Trappist beers that you can get in the import section, I love those.
Oh, like Delirium is like a
Delirium Tremens. And
yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Belgian quads trip.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
What do you think of sours?
There's always one.
No.
Sours we haven't been bit by the sour bug yet.
It took me a long time.
I have tasted a good sour.
Yeah.
But 1 and then 12, just I'm not ready for them yet.
Yeah.
Listen, Alan,
Hudson Valley in New York is unbelievable sours.
Boneshire made a sour over the last year called the Long Walk. That shit was amazing. That shit was amazing, man. It tasted like tea cooler. I don't know if y'all have tea cooler out y'all in. That shit tastes like tea cooler, and then it got you fucked up. And I was like, what is happening?
You know, your 4th glass trying to figure out what happened.
I always wanted to like someone make a sour, but like have like a purple, like a grape or something. Remember the old Sunny D commercials? Like, what do you have? Oh, Sunny, the purple stuff.
The purple stuff.
And then, the Dave Chappelle thing.
The Dave Chappelle.
I want
The
some
black
of that
kid was
purple
like,
stuff.
I want some of that purple stuff.
That would just be a great can, like the purple stuff.
Because then you got to call it drink.
Purple drink, purple drink, and just have like a kid reaching in, and just have a kid. Like,
Dude, and Sunny D's, I think it's fucking horrible, man.
yeah, it's gross.
It didn't age well.
I did like the whole Brass Monkey thing, man. I took OE and mixed it with Sunny D, and it was fucking terrible. It was bad.
That's a thing?
Yeah, it's like a Brass Monkey thing.
Yeah,
right?
the Beastie
Sunny
Boys,
D
Brass
and,
Monkey.
like,
Yeah, but I didn't know
OE.
you do that shit with Sunny D. That sounds terrible.
Yeah,
Sunny D is terrible on its own. That's why when you go into the supermarket, that shit's not like with anything that you want to drink.
It's not
That's
refrigerated.
just next to the bread.
It's not even in the juice aisle.
Yeah, it's like anything that's not refrigerated. I'm not fucking with it.
I don't know. Don't come at me, Sunny D.
Yeah.
I don't want any
I'm
trouble.
We don't want no beef.
Controversial. I'm not a Yoo-hoo guy.
Oh shit!
It's gross.
I haven't drank one of them in a minute.
I haven't
been a
drank one of
while,
those since
yeah.
I was like 11.
My son loves them.
Just drink.
Disgusting.
That shit came in glass jars.
And the strawberry one is like, I'm guaranteed I'm throwing up if I drink
Just
that.
drink the Pabst coffee. It tastes just like Yoo-hoo.
Did you see the Pabst made a
Hard coffee.
a seltzer, and it's like it's like
Stronger seltzer.
all the seltzer game is like they're all 5s, and Pabst made one. It's like an 8.3 or something like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
fucking water.
Speaking of the Pabst, the PBR coffee, like I want to address what was everybody's feelings about the Yuengling and Hershey collaboration for their stout.
It was it was a porter.
Porter, yeah.
Because I was actually able to drink it. I would have liked a little more chocolate.
Yeah,
I thought it was because where we're at, it's everywhere. So like, I think if it was something that like it was when it was hard to find, people were like, "We need this," and then they tried it, and like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
And then when it became readily available and you can get it anywhere, and then no one can get rid of it in their taps now.
I had it on tap at my house. I had like a quarter of it, and by the end of it, I was just like, I'm done. Man.
Yeah.
No
So
more.
I go,
It's a dessert. It's a dessert beer. It's not an all day beer.
I go to a bar called Zimby's, right? And our bartender, shout out to Meg, she was like, okay, so they just made this, but at home she put Kahlua in it. So she brought the Kahlua to the bar and put it in the beer. Mind blowing.
Really?
Yeah, see, but I get
That
that
sounds
and all,
different.
but if you're gonna do a collaboration, and I hope like please don't come at me, Yuengling or Hershey. But if you're gonna do a collaboration with Hershey, I feel like the chocolate should punch you in the
mouth.
fucking
Should
mouth.
punch you in the
It needed
mouth.
more chocolate.
It needed way more chocolate. Like it's like
Special
it's,
dark.
It was already a beer. Like so, Yuengling, your part is covered. But like it's a Hershey collaboration. So like, what are you known for? Chocolate. It should be like all chocolate.
We agree.
I really agree because like whenever I have beer that has like something in it, I want it to like taste exactly.
Yeah, it
like,
should.
like whenever I have those pumpkin beers, man, I just want like it should taste like a fucking pumpkin.
Yeah.
It's been pumpkin seeds by
Yeah,
the
don't be a
glass.
bitch.
Yeah, right.
Don't be a bitch. Give me the chocolate or the pumpkin
Chocolate
or
is
whatever the
nougat.
fuck.
Yeah, punch it up. Yeah.
Our biggest complaint right now, and like I said, I love Yuengling. If you ever want to do an episode, I'm in. But
Word. That's why I said don't come at me.
yeah,
Don't come at me.
But,
Disclaimer.
but here's the thing: like you're the godfather of craft beer. And every single time you make you made an IPL that everyone like craft beer drinkers liked. You made summer wheat, which craft beers people liked.
Yeah.
You make a Bock that people like, but you don't put it out there. Like it's not your front street beer. You put your Yuengling, you put your premiums, and then you push all your light beers out. We don't need any like the Flight. I understand why you made it. You want to compete with Michelob because that's what's drinking in the area. Like all the 45-year-old moms in the
but you
bars are
can't-
drinking Michelobs. But you need there's too many craft beers in this area now. You need to dip your toe in that market a little bit.
Or
Now,
do they? Because
they don't.
Fuck that. Like
They don't.
They're. What was the numbers we looked up the other day? They like
The top.
they're like number 13 on the list for the country, and like among like the macro brewers, Yuengling is.
and they're not. They only go down the East Coast.
Yeah.
They don't even go. Like I think the furthest they go is Indiana.
Yeah.
They're booming. They're murdering the game right now. So
And they
like,
have the best marketing. We're America's oldest brewery.
Yeah,
So everyone in all those dudes in the red hats, they'll love that. America,
Yep.
give me a Yuengling.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like they had like
Make beer great again.
yeah, they put it right on a NASCAR. It's over.
And you can
know what I mean?
and you can still get like Yuengling, the straight lager. You can get it for dirt cheap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they don't
Everywhere.
Like they
Yeah,
don't really need to
$2.50.
dip their feet into that market. But I feel like when they do, they need to go balls deep.
Yeah.
They need to go hard if they do it.
Give us the chocolate and give us the.
I don't know what
you know
their
I mean?
what their standards are with other breweries. So, to me, they just in our sense they seem untouchable. Like you can't get near them. But everyone says like Dick is always there. Like him and his daughters are there. So
Yeah.
they're maybe just has been my experience. Like when I see them, I just like I'm not going near them. I'm not gonna be that guy.
We got close to him at the BOPA thing, and he was just a dude.
Yeah.
Just a
He's
dude.
just he's just an old head that drink beer. And
Yeah,
he's-
I just don't know how much when it comes, like how Trogs is like, hey guys, we
Yeah.
know you're coming up, you want to be in this game,
Yeah.
come to us, we'll help you.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're willing to do that with other people.
Yeah, probably not.
Or
Yeah.
they're more just like, we're just kind of doing our own thing.
Yeah.
Probably not. But
And
I think
think-
it's just because their circle is not encompassing of that other circle. And I think Trogs'
but what I'm
circle still
saying
has
is,
our
like,
circle in
if
it.
you want to make if to me, all right, you did your Hershey, I understand why you did it. More chocolate, it was cool, awesome idea.
Yeah.
But why were they not going? You know what? Like we're the godfather of the Pennsylvania area. our next competitor when it comes to craft brewing, where it comes to like a company who started from the bottom and they're like they're knocking on our door, is Trogs, and they're right down the road.
And holy shit, the discrepancy there is nuts.
Yeah.
It's nuts because I'm telling you, Trogs was like number 13 on the list, and Trogs like the national list.
Yeah.
Like on the state list, it was Yuengling, then Trogs, and then somebody, I think it was Penn Brewery out in Pittsburgh. But on the national list that included like Budweiser and InBev and all them, like Yuengling was 13 and Trogs was like number 80 something.
Yeah.
Like that's how the discrepancy went.
How awesome would it be if Yuengling just was like, hey, Trogs, we used to make an IPL. We're not the greatest IP drink, like making IPAs or maybe a wheat beer. Let's do a collaboration, and it maybe only sell it to like people in this area would be like, yo, fucking Yuengling is cool as shit. Like, you know what I mean? They would open that door up more. I think I would like to see them do more of that.
Yeah, that would be an amazing thing if they could do that. But I think they're so stuck in their tradition. They don't want to actually bridge out to other people to make a collaboration unless it's strictly for food.
Let's not forget they don't need to, man.
They're stapled already.
They're balling. They don't need
Everybody needs to grow, though.
They do.
Even, talking to
Even if you're at the top of the game, you should still innovate.
Right. You will plateau.
If that's the case, then they need to do a collaboration with Budweiser. Like they don't need to collab down for maybe that's not the right term, but you know what I mean. Like they are killing it.
They should do like a side project, like and do crazy shit like off on the side, like something like that.
Like one off.
Maybe like not Yuengling, but like a kind of like company under Yuengling, like a side sort of thing,
So when we went to Maryland, I went to the Guinness Brewery. Have you guys gone to the new Guinness Brewery in Maryland yet?
Not yet.
So literally what it seems to me is that they just got these dudes and they're like, oh, you're craft, like a group of guys who make craft beer in the Baltimore area. And they're like, hey, we need these brewmasters. We need these people that can do this. We have Guinness money. Anyone come fuck with us? Yeah. Because literally what it came down to was like they built this brewery and then you go to the Guinness Brewery and there's 15 beers on tap. And I'm like, they don't even have 15 beers.
Right.
But what it is like they're all experimental scratch beers. And you could only buy them there. So it keeps you going back if you're out of the area. Like they had a black IPA. It was the Guinness recipe turned into an IPA. They had oatmeal stouts. They had triple IPAs. They made all these beers, and it's pretty much they had Yuengling money, Yuengling production, a huge Yuengling, not Yuengling, Guinness thing, and they're just making these fantastic beers that literally you're only going to try for there. It was a cool thing. All right, you want to say something?
Yeah, I was actually going to say about like how the collaboration part of it. Now, like. Do you guys ever hear of like Other Half, the Brooklyn Brewery in New York?
Yes.
Well, they opened up a location in Rochester, and guess what's in Rochester? Genesee, their cream ale. They actually collaborated with Genesee. They're like, oh hey, we're gonna brew a beer, but we're gonna make it craft. And so lo and behold, they actually had like a cream ale that Other Half does, but they did it with the biggest most commercial brewery of it, and it's that's freaking wild overall. And anyone can really agree to that, but that's just like a prime example right there. Like
it can be done.
Yeah, it can be done. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm good.
You can have your mic back.
I said my point.
Point made.
I'm glad you nudged me and actually had something to say.
When I was in New York,
come on. The one episode he was like this, holding the mic, and I was like, all right, Ben's queued up, he's ready to go.
Yeah, Ben.
Any moment now. And I go, Ben, what do you got? And he goes, I don't remember.
Hey Ben, next time you can't remember, and he says, Ben, what do you got? Just say, where's my snare?
Shout out to Brooklyn Brewery. When I was up in New York, and as soon as we got our bags unpacked, a couple years ago, and as soon as we got our bags unpacked, I was like, all right, drinking time. So we head down to the closest bar there we can get to, and I think I just said, give me a lager. I said it just like that. I'll take a lager. And I turned around. I'm so used to saying that when I reached the back and drank it, it wasn't a Yuengling. And I forgot where I was. I was like, oh. So when you ask for a lager in New York, they hand you a craft beer, a Brooklyn Brewery lager. And I was like, oh, that's so dope. Yeah. because honestly, I believe their lager is craftier. in the taste. So
if you ask for a lager in School County, what do they hand you?
What, Yingling?
It's a Yingling, but which Yingling? Every time I see it, like if they're getting better at just handing you the Yingling lager.
Yeah.
But 9 times, it's on my throat. 9 times out of 10, they'll hand you a premium.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
okay, see, they don't do that around here.
I usually
you do
order
regular.
lager, so
Regular
it's a
low.
trick question.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's like, I'm not drinking that. Yeah. Yeah, it's usually premium a lot of times.
I'm tall as shit. I need to
Move
stretch
your
my
legs,
legs.
son.
You guys are in the. So, what was this building right before you guys got it? Can we talk to that story?
Yeah, we don't care.
Tony Montana used to own this building.
Nah. It was a social club where
Merengue social club.
some people who listen to like salsa and merengue would machata and
It was a Spanish biker bar.
all right.
Since we go get into it.
The Mayans. That's the new show.
We
The
out here.
Mayans. Yeah.
Right.
We out here. It was a Spanish
All
speakeasy
the
super
booths,
bar.
the booth we were using. I just said it reminded me of the Tony Montana booth, like when the shootout happens at the end of the movie, and he's there with the
But
sling.
I was trying my best to get rid of all of these seats because as we're in this licensing process, I don't want the inspectors to think anyone's up here drinking a beer.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was the idea.
Well, it worked out today. I appreciate
Yes, it worked out today. That was the idea on getting rid of the seats because it was like, nope, we're not serving anybody up here. Don't
No,
worry,
not at all.
inspector officer,
Yeah.
federal agent guy. We're kegging. See the kegs?
See the cakes?
I told him to just tell them that this is what I use as my desk. I was gonna put a desk out here and just clickety clack.
Right.
Be a comfortable ass desk.
So,
Maybe want to take a nap and just stretch.
So
out.
what glassware you got here? I seen you guys post this.
Where did I get that from? Okay, this was from the Fueled by Hops crew. They make some cool glasses. I don't know the logistics of it, but man,
It looks a lot like
I feel bad I can't remember the guy's
both
name.
hearted.
I'm going to
Take
look
your
at
time. Take your time. Look it up.
We
take
actually-
your time. Look it up.
because this guy
It's Bowfly. No, I don't
we
know.
have
what it is.
we have a active GoFundMe right now. This guy donated a bunch of sales of these glasses to our GoFundMe.
That's awesome.
So it was
What
super
is it? What
amazing.
does the glass represent?
Wait, you don't know who that is?
It looks like
Oh my
Chappelle.
God.
That's Chappelle,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Is
the-
is that when the wife swap?
Yes.
I didn't read the back.
What the fuck is a parsnip?
I'm about to look my man's name up right now.
He said,
Honey,
said-
I smell your lightsaber. What I hate about white people, they use the raw bar soap. Got their pubes all up on the soap. You ever with a washcloth? I miss the Chappelle show.
Mr.
man.
Chappelle show
Shout out
so
to Dave
much,
Chappelle.
man.
The Player Haters Club was my favorite.
All right, my man's name is Ryan Galato from Fueled by Hops.
We actually, so what we do too is like I was telling you, the T-shirts. We always our T-shirts. We'll take a picture and we'll like the T-shirt. So he actually had a Fueled by Hops T-shirt. I tagged Fueled by Hops because we were wearing it, and they're like, "Hey, cool shirt, man!" Like, so they probably don't give a shit. Like, fucking, all right, someone tagged us. We'll show them love and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But they did check out our page for I guess at least 1 second.
Yeah. No,
That's all that matters.
The dude
Yeah.
has been super supportive of us.
Yeah.
So much love to him.
Yeah.
But I bought a glass as soon as I seen this one. But they come out with I've seen a couple now. So like
This dude's glass collection is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. He is an issue. He is an
he's very glassy.
Oh my goodness.
Back to my first love of coffee. My coffee cup collection is nuts. And it's like literally I just have to start throwing them away.
I got rid of a whole
I don't
bunch
even
of
have
mugs.
enough cabinet space. Like it's getting bad. Until someone teaches me a better way to store cups, I'm just running out of space.
Yeah.
They're
What
in
is-
my
what is
car,
your
they're in
favorite?
my
What's your
office.
favorite coffee?
Oh man, Death Wish.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna say that. I knew he was
Ever
gonna say
heard
that.
of Death Wish?
My friend's obsessed. We have
Fuck
a Death
yeah.
Wish. We have a Death Wish sticker. So our podcast table it's a 10-foot long plastic.
Yeah.
We used to see it at the at Brewfest, the long table, and it's a sticker bombed. The whole table.
Yeah.
And then every time, like that was like the base coat, and then every time like a brewery gets a sticker, and we put it on the table. So actually, that actually landed us an interview with Hidden Story, because where I sit I just so happen to put the Hidden Story sticker there. So I'll have like my glass, and I'll take a picture of the table, and Hidden Story stickers on like. So if you're looking at the glass, you're also looking at the table, and you're like, oh, they have this there, this here, and it's just a way to kind of. I'm always just trying to think because when I look at someone's thing, like if I see a picture of you, I'm like, oh, look at his shirt. What's that shirt? Oh, and then I go, well, what's Harris fan? Like that's just how I operate. Yeah. So if someone thinks like me, like, and they're at the table and they're looking, they're like, what does that sticker mean? What's this? Like, so I always had, like, that's just the way it probably means nothing, but it just.
No, we're definitely going to get you a sticker.
Cool. Cool, yeah.
I might got some stickers in this joint somewhere.
Oh, yeah. That's his glass collection.
Oh, yeah.
He's popping, son.
Oh, yeah.
And this other glass.
He has one with, like, Goku shooting a hop through his hands.
And that's not even half of it. It's like, I just, like, stockpile. It's like, you got, like, the, like small ones, tall ones, like pearl goblets, like. If you want to be fucking baller, come to my place. And you're like, if you want to feel like a king drinking beer, come over to my place. No joke, for real.
He gave me my favorite glass. I used for a while there. It was made by True Class Glass. It's a smaller glass, kind of like this.
Yeah, it's exactly that.
And it's Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh
yeah!
yeah!
It says, oh yeah! And it's him like doing the finger thing. I love. Yeah. I was like, this is my.
And this other glass I got from Fresh Fest. Have you heard of
No.
that?
Shout out to Fresh Fest.
Shout out to Mike Potts.
Fresh Fest is the nation's or Pennsylvania's first black brew fest.
Really?
In Pittsburgh. It's, I believe 2020 is the third year.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 2020 is our third year. It's an amazing. I said it was the most black people I've ever seen drinking at one time.
At one time.
I mean,
no
craft beer.
Craft beer.
beer.
So a whole bunch of breweries do collaborations. I think it's. I just had it pulled up.
August 8th.
August 8th.
August 8th. It's always no. It doesn't matter the date. It's always the first Saturday.
Yeah, first Saturday.
Okay.
So August 8th until the 10th.
In Pittsburgh.
If you can put that on your schedule, it will blow your mind.
Yeah.
Like it will blow your mind.
Maybe we'll if you guys go up on like a Saturday, let me know. We'll tag along. We'll take a car right up.
Oh, we're definitely going.
Oh yeah, we're going. We've been every year since they had it, and it's an amazing time. Seeing as you already know, the Pittsburgh craft beer scene is huge, but they decided to push that, bring black people all together, and really punch it in the face. So it's just an amazing event.
One of the things I do really like a lot about you guys, I think it's going to be a testament to not only getting your accomplishment of bringing craft beer to the neighborhoods and bringing it to more people's attention, is you guys just you do your research. Like, you're not just someone who just like, hey, we're going to do this. Like, you're looking at, like, I would have never known the dude from Brooklyn's name, but you look up to him because he has the same goal in mind as you. Yep. Like, finding stuff in Pittsburgh, researching people, and like researching how it's done. Like, that is the intangible stuff. Like, people can go buy this equipment if they have the money. They can go get the product that they do. But if you don't put your work in on your research and studying and working with and having a good support team, you're never going to get anywhere. And I think you have the best way to start something is starting with a great foundation. And I think your foundation is solid, and everything that you build on top of it's going to be amazing.
Yeah. Like, I got mentors in this game, man. Like. Because I'm the head brewer, I got to make sure I'm on my A game. So I look out.
Sorry,
that's all right. It happens.
Just my foot.
I look. All right.
We're in the clubhouse.
Yeah. I look out to people like Theo over at Zero Day, or like John over at Free Will, Alan at Boneshire.
Shout out to Brandy Lynn.
Yeah, shout out to Brandon Lynn, like doing big things. Uncle Chris over at Black Frog. Like, I'm not afraid to.
He's in Ohio.
He's in Ohio. They have Black Frog Brewery in Ohio, Free Will Brewery in Phoenixville, and then Boneshire, and Zero Day is here.
What's my man's name in?
It's about Kev.
Yeah,
Kev the brewer.
Love City in Philly.
No, the
Kev
other
the
place. Union.
Oh, Big Kev. Yeah, from Baltimore. Union Brewery. Yeah. Like, I'm not scared to reach out to these dudes and be like, yo, I don't know how to do this, or I screwed this up royally. What did I do wrong? I use them as mentors because I know that I've only been doing this for like 7 or 8 years.
They reach right back.
Yeah. Oh my God, the love is so real. They reach out right back. I'll email them and be like, the beer tastes like this, and I did this, and they were like, okay, well, you did this wrong, like literally the same day. So I can fix stuff on the fly.
Yeah.
And that's big for me because like I do make good beer, but who is the master? You know what I mean? Show enough. Right. Like, you know, everybody has a master. So, you know what I'm saying? I'll reach out to them quick.
Yeah.
Quick.
Now, when you guys get going and you have your establishment, because it's going to happen. It's not if, it's when.
Yep.
Right.
Are you going to have like your first one, like your Blue Moon clone? Are you going to make that and make like a staple? I feel like that. That's the birth. Like that's the birth of it all.
Right. We do have
like,
3 flagship beers that are slated to be the first things we push out.
Well, let me explain to you the Blue Moon clone thing. So the Blue Moon clone came about, and I wanted to make a stronger one, and like it, you know, it was like the bionic beer. It was to make it better and stronger and faster. So I was making the Blue Moon clone. And I said, well, what makes more alcohol in it? Oh, like the sugar. So I need to put more sugar in it. So I put more sugar in it. And I was like, okay, well, maybe not more sugar because that made it taste weird. Yeah, the bird's up there.
I just see everyone's eyes going.
So, you know, the Blue Moon clone turned into Formula 58. Formula 58 is a wheat and honey ale. That has some citrus in it and some different spices and whatnot in it. So that's the Blue Moon clone as it were. So it's Formula 58. It's a 7% ABV. Like that's my version of Session at 7%. And yeah, that's the one. If I had a favorite beer to make, that is probably my favorite beer to make. Unfortunately, it's also expensive AF because of the honey.
Yeah.
And also slightly unpredictable because of the honey.
Yeah.
I love honey in beer.
But honey's stupid. Like, honey's not predictable, and it gets on my nerves because it's just not predictable.
Yeah.
Not to you know, a science. It's like I'll be in between here somewhere when I put the honey in it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not making mead.
Yeah. Do we have any other beers to try? We'll get the last one cracked. Or?
We got 2 more to try.
Oh, cool, perfect.
Yeah, let's move forward.
This is the first time I didn't know what we were doing beer wise, so I was. I'm watching the time and trying to space it out here.
Surprise.
A zero day.
Great name for that beer too would be called Going to College.
A 0 day
a call back
financial Panther.
Oh yeah,
The Financial Panther.
Financial Panther. This is actually one of my
Fucking
favorite. I'm gonna make a beer called. Forget that. I'm gonna make a beer called Dad went to college.
Dad went to college.
You don't even know.
know.
That's the whole name.
You
Dad
don't
went
know.
to college. You don't even know. For my Kevin Hart fans out there.
He cracks me up. My mama told me to tell you. You need a new case, brother.
I know, I'm just gonna do it right now.
These microphones are crazy because I keep hearing motorcycles and shit.
Oh yeah.
He's got the good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had my old microphones, you could hear your neighbor talking to their husband.
That's crazy.
They were bad. Take out the trash cans? What is the building right down the road here where they're putting like they have like the art and they're putting like rocks around it with like mirrors like right literally on the left right hand side.
What they doing to the big ugly warehouse?
No, the Bulls building.
Oh, the bull. Oh, the nut bull. All right.
It looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever.
It's like I think he's trying to do like a neighborhood center, but yeah, he's got some cool artwork on the outside.
And then we
fuck
drove
his artwork.
And
Fuck his artwork.
And there's a giant. You don't like that guy?
Guys, come on.
Yeah. He doesn't like that guy.
Okay, hold the microphone.
Fuck him.
Oh my God! Stop.
He wasn't
Nah, you know what? We're keeping it real on the podcast. I'm gonna tell y'all a story why I don't like dude.
All right.
So we had to get this building.
I don't live here. You can do guys.
we had to get this building rezoned, right? Because the way that the zoning came out, at some point like 5 to 10 years ago, they rezoned this building, this neighborhood to commercial. So it wasn't industrial.
Yeah.
Even though these buildings are industrial buildings.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to go in front of the planning board and the zoning commission to get this building rezoned. you know, when you go to a meeting like that, they say, does anybody have any arguments for or against this place? Well, dude came to the meeting talking about, I don't want this brewery in my neighborhood because of my religious beliefs and blah, blah, blah. And there's a school across the street and yakety schmackety and do.
So he was the only
fucking
who
dude
showed up and said in opposition of us putting Harris Family Brewery right here.
Like, get out of here, sucker.
So
like, what are you doing?
He automatically became our hit list.
Right.
Good job, Turkey.
But like,
And he's trying to put a community center in?
We don't know
Man,
what
whatever.
he's trying to do with
Whatever,
that building.
man. He's
It's
down
like just
there.
a multi-purpose building right now. Like he has dreams and goals of his space. I get it.
Yeah.
But we didn't think, you know, trying to make beer right here would hinder anything from him down there. So
It's not like we're selling beer in the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even if we were, we would be completely in our rights. The zoning board gave us permission to use this place as a tap room if we make it ADA compliant.
Right, they shut him down all the way. He was like, "Oh well, I'm trying to do it for the kids," and one guy on the panel was just like, "We hear you, but we're still going to approve them."
Yeah. He's like Brock Lesnar. Another wrestling reference. I don't give a shit about your kids.
In 10 words, fuck those kids.
I don't have kids. I don't care.
Oh, did he just put his hand in his face like he didn't want nobody to hear that? Man. Maybe that was a private thing.
He loves the kids.
You shouldn't have
Tim has kids. I have kids.
Tim loves the kids.
I feel like you guys are like, we'll just say what we want. And Tim's like, no. You guys are a PR nightmare.
We're gonna get sued.
Cease and desist.
If we were a band,
Next time I see Tim, he's like he's 75 years old. He's gray hair, just like I can't handle these guys. I'm working so hard. I'm doing all this research.
And they don't care. When Sean gets warmed up, this is all over.
I don't give a fuck. I just had to restrain myself from saying the bull name, so I'm going to keep it way down. I'm not going to say his name.
Right.
No, don't make me go back and do as much editing as I have to.
Nope.
I had to do I was at a tattoo shop, and we were talking about bad tattoos, and my friend told a story about this guy coming in and getting a tattoo of his girlfriend, and she said the guy's name or the tattoo name she did, and then she's like, listen, if you come back, like, I'm going to still charge you to cover it up because I told you not to do this the first time you came, like one of those type deals. And she told the whole story, and at the very end she's like, can you do me a favor, can you back and take that name out? So I was like going back and like beep, like taking it all out. Yeah, I don't mind doing it. That's part of the gig. But yeah, it was fun. Yeah, so if we don't say names, that'd be great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not gonna say his name. He's a bitch, though.
Oh my god!
Tim's like, no,
worse. How about that?
Okay, can we talk about the beer?
What if what if your first proceeds, like 10%, go to his?
Oh, we gonna get all the money for the kids.
Speaking of that,
I will give so much money to any other organization helping children in my neighborhood.
Yes.
So speaking of that, what we're planning on doing is for the community, we actually have a lot of things going on for our proceeds. So when we start to make the actual beer, we actually have some money coming in. We actually do plan on giving some money back to the school district. Mm-hmm. We're actually going to have some other things going on with the community to where so we can, have like a trash pickup day to where so we can start to clean up the community. And it's like, food drives, stuff like that. We're going to try to work with the Red Cross. So we actually going to try to give as much back as we can to the actual community.
Nice. I like it. One of the things I did in our community that I was really, really happy, it worked out really well. I'm like I said, I'm big into music. And if you're like, hey guys, like for hip hop's a little different because you can just all you really have to do is pay a DJ, and then the guy comes in with his, and then you plug, and then you plug your iPod in, and then the guy raps. So he raps to his beat.
Yep.
You get a band, the drummer shows up with 8 pieces, and then the bass. It's a lot harder. But I did a Toys for Tot thing, and I raised a pretty good chunk of change for Toys for Tots, and then a bunch of toys got donated. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. I noticed too when we came in there was like a sidewalk sale going down.
Yeah.
It's like a street market.
Open air
Can't
market.
call it a flea market. It's a street market.
Yeah.
They get shut down all the time because they be drawing over there. They be drawing. Like sometimes they'll have
cool. Like,
semi-legal.
No. The problem is it's like a gray market. It's like a gray area market because, like for instance, you're not supposed to resell car seats. Like that's against the law.
So like certain items.
Yeah.
But they over there, they got car seats that, maybe it wasn't an accident, but like that's the reason that you're not supposed to resell car seats. Because
if you want Air Gordons, they're the guys.
Right.
Oh,
Air
Gordons.
Air Gordons.
You can get a pair of sneakers all the way to a couch in the same parking lot.
That's
No,
awesome.
you might be able to get a pulled pork sandwich over there too.
Can you score video games and stuff over there?
Probably.
And comic books?
It's probably for PS2 though.
Right.
Yeah, we like our retro. That's where we're stopping on the way back.
Might be able to find Tetris.
we're
You
gonna
can get some oils and smell like Polo or whatever. Like,
It's gonna be one of those things where we stop and like someone hits us with 14 colognes. Like,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Got these smells for you.
You ever been
Paris Hilton.
You ever been to the Deuce? Or, you ever been to 52nd and Market in Philly? Nobody ever. Been to
I
52nd?
walked through a market similar to that where I left there smelling like 14 colognes and, and they're like, "Yo, come here!" Psh. I'm like,
It's like the Deuce.
I got mazed. Yeah, or they do that. I like my favorite is when you stop somewhere and they're like, "Yo, come here,"
Respect your arm.
and they put a bracelet on you. Like, let's see how good that looks.
Yeah.
$10. Thanks for the bracelet, bro. Yeah,
I had a lady actually polish my thumbnail, and it stayed that way for like 2 fucking weeks, and I hated it. I'm so pissed.
you should have had to.
Try it out, but you're cute.
She tried to charge you $5, didn't she?
Or your first time.
She's like, "Oh, do you want it?" I'm like, "Nope." Walk away.
Or your
Joke's
first
on
time.
you. That shit lasted 2 weeks. You should have got it done.
My first time in
Pimp,
New
though.
York, and you're taking pictures with the mascots and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And then it's like, "Oh man, I took all these pictures," and they're like, "Tips." They're
Yeah.
like, "Whoa!"
Yeah. No, that happened to me in Vegas. The titties was out, and they came up with the titties.
Showgirls.
They like she literally put her titty in my hand. She said, "Put your hand out." It was like, psh, and I was like, "Oh," and she was like, "Take a picture." And then O took a picture, and she was like, "All right, $10." I was like, "Bitch, what?"
And they'll threaten to call the cops.
Yeah, I was like, "I don't want your titty in my hand. Get your titty out of here."
Talk about a quarter pounder.
I wish I had your button. So on our board we have a bend button. It's just like wah wah wah. Dude, Vegas is fantastic. If you go to Vegas, go to Fremont Street.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, that's where the titty thing happened, right?
No, the titty thing
On the
actually
strip?
happened on the new strip.
Oh yeah, it's
Fremont Street's the old strip.
Fremont Street. I seen a woman dressed as Wonder Woman and was the hottest woman I've ever seen in my life. She was so attractive. My wife was like, "Look at this bitch. That's the hottest girl I've ever seen in my life, and you need to see it too." And I was like, "Thank you, honey."
My problem is by the time we got to Fremont Street, I had already we was betting on the ponies, and I had a perfecta. No, I had an exacta. So I picked the first 3 horses in the order that they were in by the number. So my bet was $20 per horse, and I came back with like $1,800.
Damn.
Yeah, so $60 brought me back $1,800, and I put my blue Puff Daddy suit on and went to Fremont Street. It was fucking balling, son.
Can't stop, won't stop.
So Sean calls us on a group chat. Me and Tim answer the phone. He's literally laying in his hotel bed like, "I'm rich, bitch."
So much money. I put all the money I took with me away and was like, I'm just going to spend this. Vegas can have this $1,800 back. I'm not taking any of this home because it's not life changing. It wasn't a life changing amount of money.
Cool. It's a good attitude.
Yeah.
I don't know what the rules are here, but I have to pee, and I'm going to go to.
No, go for it.
I had a P2. I was just going to jump out like the Dukes of Hazzard. I don't know what's happening. But I guess if you're going, I'm going to wait.
I got you. Go ahead.
All right, we'll read the
Tim can't hold his beer.
the financial Panther here. I wonder where did they get this name from?
I don't know, but it was kind of like Black. When I saw it on the board for the first time, it was around the time Black Panther came out.
I was thinking the
movie.
Black Panther movie. My favorite Marvel movie so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
All right,
it's the one that I've only saw like 5 times.
All at the movie theater.
I don't like the Marvel movies.
Yeah?
I'm a DC guy.
Okay.
But the
For the
Marvel-
movies?
Yeah. But not from the movies. The movies
I
aren't
was say
like
those
great.
movies sucked.
But Marvel always they have a hard time with villains.
Yeah,
And
they're
in
stupid
Black
with
Panther, I legit was like, I kind of like this villain. And I kind of am rooting for him. And he actually feels like he can probably win this fight. Where every other one, you're just like, all right, Iron Man, let's speed this shit up. I got shit to do tonight.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to win this, obviously. Like, Thor, come on, hurry it up. Like, Black Panther, you're like, do I want him to win?
They couldn't
Right.
let Killmonger live, though. Like, his ideals were too radical to survive in the MCU.
That was literally Martin Luther King, Black, and Malcolm X.
Yeah.
Like, well, that's what X-Men is.
That
X-Men
was
is based
fucking-
on that.
That was fucking Fred Hampton.
Yeah.
That was a Fred Hampton villain, man. He was out here like, yeah, no, we're just going to go to war and give all the poor people weapons.
Well, that's what. Well, X-Men was based off
Yes.
Dr. Martin Luther King and
It was.
Malcolm X. Where
Yeah.
Magneto was like, by any means necessary, you will accept us. And
Yeah.
and Professor X is like, Dr. Martin Luther King, like, I have a dream, this will work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. The quote in that movie at the end was fucking moving, where he's like,
yeah.
he's like, we can save you, and he's like, no, I'd rather die at sea than fucking be a prisoner. And I was like,
not going to be a
damn.
prisoner to this shit.
No, everyone in the theater I watched it was like, I don't get it. I was like, I fucking hate all of you. They're like, this movie sucked, bro. I was like,
What?
You're like, you don't get it. You don't get it.
Unfortunately, that movie brought out the monies.
It did.
Because I saw that movie in the theaters 5 times.
Yeah.
Like,
5
no joke.
times.
Yeah, I seen it
think
3
I went.
times
Did
with
I
her.
see it twice with y'all?
Yep.
Like,
Yo, when he killed the girl,
We seen it 3 times.
and he's like, I got your bitch. And he's
Yeah,
like,
because we
that
went there.
bitch. I was like,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
villain's going to be dope.
yeah,
That was his
Eric
Titanic.
Killmonger was like, I got your girl. Oh, you got my girl, huh?
He's like, I don't give a shit about her. I'll get a new
Fuck
one.
about her. She got to go.
You see, I got abs, bro. This bitch, I'll swipe right twice and get laid. Like, this ain't fuck. I need her.
You see, they got what's the name playing the new villain in Thor? In Thor, what's the guy's name that just played Batman in the Dark Knight trilogy? Christian Bale. Christian Bale's the new villain in the new Thor movie.
Christian Bale blows.
I mean, they got Batman to play a villain in the Marvel movie, man.
We had Batman play Vulture.
Oh shit, that's right. Val Kilmer was Vulture.
No,
I mean, yeah. Wait, no,
No.
Val Kilmer. What the fuck is his name? I
I'll
can
let,
see his
I'll let,
face in
I'll
my
let
head.
it come to you. I'm gonna let you struggle here.
Think about Nicole Kidman.
Think Beetlejuice.
I can't do it. What's his name? I can't do it.
Michael.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
God damn it. Couldn't do it.
I used to say to my buddy all the time, he's a big Spider-Man fan. I'm like, you know what the best part of Spider-Man was? He goes, what? I'm like, Batman.
He's coming back too.
Yeah.
In Morbius. He's going to be in Morbius.
He's gonna be in Morbius, yeah, because
They're
they're
gonna tie it
setting up
together.
the Sinister Six joint.
Yeah.
I don't think Marvel's going to do the. I think Sony's going to have it by the
It's gonna
time
be
they
Sony.
do that, though.
Don't you have first appearance of Morbius? No? I thought you did. You have first appearance of Doctor Strange?
I
Yeah.
do.
What does that mean? You're in the movie?
No, he's a comic book collector.
Yeah.
Oh,
He has comic books. Like, if he sold like 5 of his comic books, he can set your brewery up.
I used to collect comic books when I was a kid. I went home and my mom threw these comic books out, but my most coveted collection that got thrown away was the entire run of the Executioner song. So it was like the crossover for X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, X-Force, and X-Factor,
Yeah.
where they
Excalibur.
introduced in Excalibur, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Where they introduced Strife, they introduced Cable,
okay.
yeah. And I had every issue of it. It was 14 issues, I think, and it was a crossover from each one. I had each individual one. And Betty Ann Harris
Hey, don't be shouting out mommy like that. You gonna get us all beat. Chill.
got rid of it.
I don't got nothing to do with this, mom.
He's gambling here. You're the gambler.
She'd be all right.
Play
I
some
love you,
Kenny
Mom.
Rogers, the gambler here.
Hey, you know how they're working really hard to get this thing done? If you wouldn't have sold those comics, I'm just saying.
Well, I don't know how much the Executioner song would have been worth the way it was.
He has first appearance Wolverine.
Oh man.
Autograph. I'll let him do it.
Okay, so here's what I have first appearance wise. Oh boy.
Just do the Wolverine one.
Okay. It's the first appearance of Wolverine, graded CGC 8.0. It has Stan Lee, Herb Trimby, the guy that actually drew him, his signature and sketch, John Romita Sr.
of Wolverine.
And I think, I'm trying to think who else. I think those are the only 3 or 4. But I'm going to try and actually get Roy Thomas, who actually developed the idea for him. I would have gotten Len Wein, but due to the fact that he died like 2 or 3 years ago, but I estimate it for like an 8-9 grand book.
You guys, I think Ben murdered somebody.
Yeah, not only is it the original artist of Wolverine, but he sketched Wolverine with his autograph.
Who did you murder to get that book, bro?
Or that sketch.
I bought it for
his
like
bank
$1,600.
Okay, all right. Bank account. You murdered a bank account.
Ben did one mouth hug and he got one of
Rubbing suck in the alleyway.
Oh, I was going to do some hatchet because Tez is in there. Tez is in there pretty tight.
If you fall, it's on camera, and we're gonna.
Right.
I'm keeping
I'm not
it.
going to
I
fall.
will
It's
make it
like
into
Like
a
a
gift.
backflip thingy.
Or kick Tez in the face.
I'm going to also kick Tez in the face.
So yeah, back when I was collecting comic books,
Now, I don't know how
my
I'm
big
gonna get
thing
back,
was
though.
like
Jump over
Gambit. Like I was a huge Gambit fan back in the day. I was trying to get as many Gambit comic books as possible. You know, Bishop and Cable.
Yeah.
like that was my
ahead.
huge thing back then.
I even had his like first appearance at Gambit. I sold it to our buddy of ours out on the podcast then too. I was just like, hey, you know what?
Sure to love.
Yeah, Andy.
Oh, you sold your first appearance again?
Yeah.
Our friend Andy's he's a huge comic book fan, and he's also a pro wrestler. And he was trying to get gear inspired by Gambit, but it just didn't work out for him. But he has a tag team called Blue and Gold.
Ooh.
And their gear looks like Wolverine pants, like the blue and yellow Wolverine pants with the slashes in it. And their logo is their first like Andy Header, Matt Turner, but it looks like the Wolverine. Actually, it's on my hat. It looks like the X-Men logos.
Yeah,
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, that's dope.
And when they come out to their entrance, when he comes out to his entrance music, it's a heavy. Cause he loves heavy metal, and it's a heavy metal version of.
that's dope.
So he brings his comic book fandom and video game fandom to wrestling. Like he does, like he'll go back up to the corner, throw the guy in the ropes, and be like poison arrow, and he'll run across the room and like hit him with an elbow. It's dope. It's funny.
That's dope because you got to think about like a lot of the different characters have that
I'll wait for that until he gets back.
that wrestling theme in their
No.
backstory.
I was just gonna say because he even opens up in like how they have the different locations of the wrestlers.
Right.
His wrestling where he's from is from the Streets of Rage, the Sega game. So I'm like,
love Streets of
it's
Rage.
pretty wild. That's like a deep cut.
Oh, man, I love
depending on how you
Skate.
are.
So it's like, here comes Andy Header from the Streets of Rage.
Let's get up.
I'm not going to do it.
Treat it like a fence.
I'm not going to do it.
From front flip.
So just sit
Treat
on
it like
it
a
and
fence.
I haven't hopped the fence since
no,
1993.
just sit on it and then flip over.
No, I can't be intimidated in that way.
Squeeze in.
Will we move over? I just move over. How about that?
All right, fine.
Yeah, there we go.
way.
Yeah, but now my mic is going to be different.
That's all right. We'll adjust it.
Yeah, this sounds a lot better now.
Whatever, I'm rapping now. Now I'm close to the mic.
Sean talks a big game, but he doesn't do heights. He doesn't do sketchy stuff. Like he's a
He doesn't even do roller coasters.
he's a big guy.
No, I love roller coasters.
Yeah, we gotta turn you back down. We gotta adjust you too.
I actually love roller coasters. I will roller coast the shit out of any amusement park.
But as soon as you tell him to walk up this 3-step ladder,
No thanks.
Nah, I don't
I'm
fucking
already
have to.
tall, bro. I'm already tall. Like, so now I'm going to be really, really tall.
Yeah, I'm not tall, but I'm heavy. And
There it goes.
someone got almost hit that shit on. I seen it shit come out.
Oh my god.
It might have hit my bag. That'd be great. The shit definitely came out of that. I was watching it.
Get the strap. I'm tired of this bird.
Yeah, you had a problem brewing beer in here. I'm sure if we like gunshots, your neighbor will really love it. He'll come up and, I told him I didn't want him in here.
I would walk down the street and kick his face.
I'm sorry, I brought it back up. And then he has other gear. He has a Spider-Gwen gear, so it looks like Spider-Gwen. He has gear that looks like that, and then he has Miss Marvel gear. So our friend Andy, he also, when he goes to Comic Cons, he goes every year. He kind of looks like Matt Hardy if you're wrestling fans.
Really?
Yeah, he kind of looks like. So he'll do it like Matt Hardy, but he'll also one time of the day he'll actually come as he'll cosplay as a female. So he'll go as like She-Hulk or.
Okay.
yeah.
All right, somebody get the
This bird's
strap.
just freaking out. Like I feel bad for it. He's like, I don't want to be in here. Help me! I lost my family.
It's getting worse.
This is a Disney movie. Like in his head, this is a whole Disney movie. And they're just drinking and not giving a shit about me.
Why nobody's singing?
But yeah, he. So the one year he actually dressed up as Harley Quinn and
Nice.
Gem the Rock.
Yeah.
What's that one show? Gem.
He looks like a wrestler.
Gem in the hologram.
Gem in the hologram?
He dresses Gem in the holograms. Like he'll put the makeup and the heels and everything on.
That's crazy.
He's fully committed.
I used to be
cracks me
married
up.
to this girl like who grew up in the same era in the 80s like that I did.
Yeah.
And I knew all about He-Man and the Smurfs and all that stuff. And she never heard of Gem and the Holograms. I said, what the hell were you doing?
I didn't know until Andy.
But she was a girl. Like, I mean, not was. She is a girl.
She was.
Is she a man now?
No, it's your cousin, bitch. So
Is she a man now? I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't.
I haven't reached out to her.
Is she he? No. It's
Gonna be a lot of editing.
No, don't edit that shit out.
That's hilarious.
Stamp it.
So a fun thing about our buddy Andy Heder, he was a former warehouse worker at Dunder Mifflin.
Like
He
the
listed
actual
it out.
Dunder Mifflin?
You literally took the mic away for that. It's clearly a joke.
I don't care.
All right. Where are we at here? Financial Panther.
Oh, yeah. You guys are on that. I'm back on the collaboration.
Oh, all right. So Financial Panther is a 6.5. I'm gonna because he'll get upset.
At this point, it's okay. I got to talk a little bit more than I should have, but it's okay. It's a 6.5 ABV New England IPA, inspired by the hard work it takes to not only make the beer, but the prowess required to run the business. We are excited to release Financial Panther, our newest IPA, double dry hopped with copious amounts of Muteca from New Zealand. With notes of crushed lime and bright citrus, it's sure to start your weekend right.
From Zero
And
Day.
What are we giving this one, Jason? It's a hazy.
I don't know, man.
Not hazy enough for you?
Does it need to be hazy?
I like
AF?
that other one better, man.
Yeah?
The
What do you give this
The
one?
collab?
Like a 3.
3?
Yeah.
I gave this a 3.75. I dig it. I liked it.
All right. So, when was the last time you had a 4.5 to 5 beer? I know it's your podcast and you should be asking the questions.
No,
I got it on my on tap at my
this
house.
is an open form here. I'm down for anything. So some of my 5s I'm not really proud of. All right. All right. I don't have many. Some of them are legit 5s that I enjoy. I really liked and I thought they were 5s. And some of them, I'm just trying to be funny. I was being an asshole. All right. So my first 5 was Sea Salt Caramel Brown. It was by Flying Dog Brewery, and it was a brown ale. But it was a sea salt caramel. It was fucking unbelievable. I loved it. My other 5 was Buried Alive by Rotunda, and it was the Buried Alive Sweet Tart. I guess it was the first time they did that series. I liked that one a lot. That was a sour. We had one from Ingenious, who used to be from Harrisburg, and then moved to Texas.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And we did. They actually made beers that were all of the Infinity hops. So the Infinity so we did a whole thing. Like he traded and got these crazy. Like he traded beers from like New York, traded from this guy from Texas, and Ben drove all the way down there to get them because you can't do it in the mail. That's illegal.
Yeah.
So we definitely didn't do that. And we had
Definitely drove.
Yeah. So we had.
You hear that, guys? They drove.
We had 7 beers, and each beer was from a stone. And then we had the Gauntlet.
Oh, wow.
And we had to, like, I went out and bought like a $150 Thanos gauntlet. Like, we made a promo video for it and everything. We just had shitty cameras and microphones. It just so they made one. It was the Reality Stone, and it was like it was a blood orange, but it had like a really great fruity taste, and I loved it. It was unbelievable. It was an 8.2, but drank like juice.
Nice.
That was a 5.
Gotta love that.
This one, all right. It wasn't a 5, but it was my buddy of mine, and I gave him a 5. I did really like it. I thought it was a good beer. But with the Abracadabra 6-way banana split, and that was for the Pillaroo. So the people that were born, it was Tattered Flag, Snitz Creek, Wolf Creek, Abomination, Rotunda, and Pillaroo. So pretty much it was everyone from Brewfest, and they made a banana split beer. It was really, really, really good. It was close to a 5. So
I was
like
going to give you shit for giving him a 5 just because it was your homie until I figured out it was Tyler and those guys.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. But no, it was like a 4.75. I gave it a 4.75 when I went back, but I just gave it the 5 because all those breweries are fucking fantastic.
Yeah, shout out to Pillaroo.
I gave Black Cherry White Claw a 5 because I thought it was funny. I didn't really think it was 5. Like just shaking his head. Strawberry Banana Smoothie Sweet Tart from Rotunda, I gave a 5. Mellow Mink, the Janet Weiss was an apple pie sour. But so from our area, we're big on Boilo. Like I don't know if you ever had Boilo. It's like it's whiskey mixed with. Some people make there's different flavors. Like people make like citrus, like what's oranges and stuff.
You had me at whiskey.
Yeah,
Right.
but people make apple pie ones where they put the whiskey with apple juice and apple cider, and then they put like cinnamon and stuff in it, and it's unbelievable. But
Oh, like mulled spices, like
Yeah.
like cinnamon or
brown sugar and cinnamon they just put in.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Graham flavor.
and that tasted like a apple pie Boilo to me. So I gave that a 5, and then that's my only 5s. And then I have Labatt Blue and Labatt Blue Lime as 4.75s. It's Canadian Gold. It's Canadian Gold. All
All right, man. All right.
So I have some on tap when I was a rookie that I just was like, oh my god, and I'm just now getting to the point where I stay in the 3 to 3.75 range, and then if you really are good, I'll give you a 4, and then I go from there. Okay. I don't want to be like. I'm not calling them out because listen, keep doing what you're doing. Because if you're putting booby pictures on Instagram, I'm for it. But like some of the Instagram girls will just like take a beer and be like, "Oh my god, I love it! It's a 4.75. Look at my boobs." And every beer is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because they.
hey man, oh, you know what? Never mind. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because one of my friends is. No, never mind.
When are we gonna get like we're gonna get a Harris family with like next to her butt?
No, because we respect women.
What if she chooses to do it?
Respectfully.
Listen, man.
With all the respect.
Yeah.
I'll respect her decision to do it.
We say please and thank you.
You know who I'm talking about too, don't you? Tim?
Yes.
Yeah. Nope.
He's like, please don't.
Nope.
God,
Nope.
please.
Nope. I'm chilling.
If you guys really want Hoppy Floppy, go check that one out. That's a good.
I actually follow Hoppy Floppy.
Do you mind if I rattle off mine? My 5s?
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
some
sure.
high fives.
We're only at 2 hours here. Go for it.
An hour and 45. Okay, whatever. All right. So I know. I get it. I get it. I get it. So Buku Saigon was an Aslan Imperial Stout that was 18% alcohol by volume. Shit. Yeah, that was amazing.
God damn.
We called that the Bukkake Saigon.
Yeah.
Then it goes down pretty quick. Pabst Blue Ribbon Hard Coffee, because I was like blown away by how good it was. Just tasty, like drinkability and all that.
I mean, okay, because
I love that.
Because you expected it to be shit, and then it
Right.
wasn't.
You're
and
like,
you were
whoa,
like,
this
okay.
is fucking tasty. Yeah.
All right, okay.
And then I did Snowbirds 3 by Other Half. That's a collaboration with Jay Wakefield, and they do like a whole bunch of like bourbon barrel and like coconut and all that other stuff then too. And then Peanut Butter PM Dawn by Trillium, which I have on right now. I actually have a few cans of that. So Tony, hey, get your muscle lips on that stout then too. So you're going to be enjoying that. And then Burley Oaks Double Blueberry Cobbler. No word of a lie, it's a blueberry cobbler dream. Whatever they put in there as the base with the brown sugar and all, no joke. It tastes like a liquid cobbler. You're gonna be like, I was almost gonna cry. I was like, I shed a tear. Like, you know, back in the 70s, like that, you know, people throwing trash in the
Native American.
yeah. It was like this, like literally, like I'm like that's how good it was. And they had a triple version, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to try it because I don't know what's going to happen to me, you know?
I just my pants.
And then I did Zima for a joke then, too, because they came back out. It was like a resurgence of Zima just for a joke. So
Okay.
I'm done.
All right.
All right, thank you, Ben.
So here's the deal, man. Like, if I haven't heard either of you say anything from a beer, from a company, and also a beer that I was like, this is like 5.
Really?
Yeah. Ralphie's.
Yeah.
We never had anything from them.
No. It's free will,
Oh,
but the beer is Ralphie's.
we haven't had that one.
You haven't had that? Okay.
No.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So for you guys, what makes a 5 beer?
To me. All right, so like, yeah, you can correct that. We start the pour process.
Pour pass, man.
So
Pour
for
pass.
me, here's a perfect example for a beer that was almost a 5 for me, but I didn't go 5. So I have this really weird like fear when I go to Brewfest, because you know, like when you're staring the brewer right in the eye and you're like, awesome, man, because like that's a trick. Pour, walk away.
Like, this is great. 1.7.
I've never given a beer that low. because I don't want to be that guy. Because I know that there's a process to all this. So I'm not a key lime pie. I won't. If you had a key lime pie here and like, here, eat this, I won't. I don't like it. I don't want to try it. I'm not a fan of it. But Wolf Brewing, who ended up winning last year, or no, they got second. They got second because Tattered Flag won.
Tattered Flag won, yep.
But Wolf Brewing Company had a key lime pie sour.
Yeah, I remember that.
I hate key lime pie. I'm not a huge at the time. I wasn't a big sour fan, and I tried the beer, and it tasted good. You had the graham crack, like every single thing they said was going to be in that beer tasted like it was in that beer, and it was fucking delicious.
Trust me. First of all, shout out to Derek Wolf and the whole Wolf Brewing Company.
And if you want us to come do an episode,
hit my boys up.
Derek is a fucking beast.
Yeah.
I promise you, like, dude.
Oh boy!
Like I can't even, like, what you're saying. Like, yeah,
you gave me a generous pour here.
You'll be all right.
I hate coffee. I'm already smelling it. It smells like a cup of coffee.
Somebody will help you with it.
I'll force it down.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but
That's what she said.
Yeah, Derek Wolf, man. His brewery should be opening soon. Yeah,
Very
building.
that beer was fantastic. So, like, to me, if a beer hits every flavor profile it's supposed to, and it tastes good, I'm going to give it a higher score.
Right. Okay.
Or if it's something I like, I like peach flavored things, peach candies, peach drink. So he tries to find peach stuff, and we're trying to so if it hits the notes that I want for peach, I go for it. So like, to me, and I'm very a big grapefruit fan. So like the citrusy, like
you're like Formula 58 there.
Yeah. I don't know much about when it comes to how beers are made or what hops are what, but I seem to be more of a fan of the Citra, a fan of Galaxy, and Simcoe. Am I saying that right?
You're going to love our beers.
Yeah,
those are my hops.
Yeah. So like all those beers, I'm a big fan. Like we've been having a lot of New Trail lately, and because we like IPAs, and New Trail has definitely been like really good for us. Like when it comes to flavor, and they had I like their Broken Heel IPA, and then they had Broken Heel with Galaxy, but we just didn't get a chance to try it. Like that may have been a 5-star beer for me, but like, yeah. So that's where I lean when I go towards like a higher score beer.
Word.
What about you, Jason?
Huh? I mean, I looked on
What are we doing here?
my Untapped. I have like, I don't know, 1,300 check-ins. I think I only rate it like 15 beers.
It's a Boneshire beer, but
Really?
it's new.
Yeah.
You're tough, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
credit.
Agnosterus.
Yeah. There's a lot of letters and consonants in that name.
It looked like they punched their keyboard 14 times. Is this
that's just the regular.
or is this the chocolate and oranges?
I think it's the regular.
All right.
Regular. Okay.
All right. I'm not a stout fan, so
I
listen.
haven't drank it yet.
Every single thing, Boneshire.
Yeah, it's Boneshire. I haven't tried this yet either, but
Boneshire.
I'm always at Boneshire.
I've loved everything we've had at this table so far, and 0 Days. So, like, once again, if you guys want a podcast to come through,
guys out,
but I'm not a stout guy. I'm gonna try my best. All right, because
this is good.
yeah. Go ahead, you do your reading.
This is where the muscle lips come in for Tony. So
Like, it's not too punchy, it's just right.
he's gonna say it.
It tastes like coffee.
I can tell. You know that pause, and you just know that little like tinge in the air when he's gonna say it.
So here's what I'm going to need you to do. Don't rate it because you don't like stouts or porters.
He won't.
I won't. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
He won't.
good.
So
'Cause there's always that one guy.
I will say this. I don't know if, like, hold on, let me look at this real quick. Is there No, I just say I got a little bit of a chocolate, but I guess the roast just hits me more than anything, and then it just wipes everything out. Like that's just what my palate is. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm broken. It's not your beer, it's me. It's not you, it's me. We're breaking up. I love you. Yeah.
We even had him do like a Trillium beer. It was a chocolate, like a coconut truffle one. I was like, oh, this is going to hit right out of the park. No coffee whatsoever. You're getting like the actual like Russell Stover chocolates.
And he's like, coffee. I go,
Got all coffee.
I go, wow.
All right, man. All right, man. You need to be. You know what you need to be? You need to be a coffee taste tester because you can detect coffee in anything.
Yeah, I think it's just the from what I've been told. I guess what makes the difference between a stout and a porter is, I guess, how they roast it more.
That's the roast. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess I can drink porters, but once they get into that stout, it just I get more the coffee roast, and I just don't. I'm not a fan.
Ain't the difference between a stout and a porter like the mouthfeel, the dryness level, and
Possibly.
the ABV?
Yeah, I'm not an educated beer drinker. I just do it. I don't know how it's made. Like,
Yeah. I like that. I
Me
like
either.
that.
I just need to know the difference because I got to make this shit.
yeah, that's why we like sitting down at breweries every now and then, because we get to learn a little more about how beers are made. Because
Yeah.
we really
No one wants
I'm
the beer
not a home brewer.
university.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just a drinker.
Just like drinking.
I'm just a drinker. Yeah,
Word.
yeah. It just gives me an excuse to sit with friends and drink beers and meet new people. That's why I'm here.
Right.
They're more educated on beers than I am. So this is the one show where I'm the host, but I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm not going to front. Let me say this. I thought you were spamming me when I seen like so many different pages with your face on them. I was like, there's no way this guy has like 5 pages.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, no, it's him.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, okay.
No, because I remember them from Skook Fest.
Yeah, me too.
But-
and
yeah,
then,
but
like I
you were the only
said,
one
different
that sat down at
pages.
the table.
Different pages popped up.
I was also kind of hammered at that
Yes,
point.
you were.
Yeah. Thank God
Me
for that.
three.
Thank God for that pizza place up the street from where they had Skook Fest at, because I was smacked.
Oh,
And we sat at that pizza place for like 2 hours, and we were like, "Are we good? We're good, right? All right, let's go."
Brewfest, I can say this now because the bar's not there, but the bar we were sitting in front of is the Greystone. And that bar has been fantastic to me. They're good people. Like, they're no longer in business. It's getting changed to different ownership and stuff, but like they were so good to us. So we were like running power through their one window and out to our tent, and they were just like, Ben was supposed to be chilling with me that day. Ben just went off on a tangent, and we lost Ben the whole day. Ben had 4 or 5 beers, and he was just like,
Found him in the gutter.
dude, I was so
It's time to go.
I
With
was
a big ass piece of bacon on a stick.
we sent we were packing up because like they came like, yo, get it out, we need to get the street going. I sent like poor people, like people to find Ben. Nobody can find him. Like, he's dead. And if he's not here in 15 minutes, we're leaving. Right? Because we were going to a wrestling show immediately after that.
Yeah.
And then Ben just comes stumbling back, just smiling. And I'm like, dickhead, we cleaned like the whole purpose of being here was to be part of this, and your fucking ass was out. He's like, what? I was networking. I'm like, no, you were a drunk idiot the whole day. Like, yeah, Ben got
Ben.
a lot of trouble that day. He got a lot of
That's
trouble.
me and you.
That's that guy.
Yeah.
That's definitely that.
So Sean's
definitely
Sean's
happened.
alter ego is Frank the Tank. So
It tastes so good when it hits your lips.
anytime you see him and I'm shaking my head like this, Frank the Tank is out.
Frank is out.
oh man.
Frankie.
Frank. And Frank could come out. Let me tell you, like, if we had more time, if there was more, I don't know, digital storage to sit here
No.
for another hour,
Frank's
Frank's coming.
Right.
Frank is coming.
He's on the espresso
Matter of fact,
right now.
Frank is on the doorstep right now. Like, should I ring the doorbell or? No, I'm
Stay or should I go?
Yeah.
We're wrapping this
Okay.
up. Let me do the beer.
Yeah, I'm gonna review the beer now. So, Agnoricis.
Come on, Alan.
It's a stout.
Hey, Alan,
it's a
who's
6
responsible for this, Alan?
Probably one of the kids.
It's a 6.1 ABV stout. Agnoricis. It's a critical moment of discovery. This is our addition to the 717 Clav R&D series. Our addition was brewed with loads of dark malts that generate dark chocolate flavors and aroma. We use a Quebec yeast strain from Norwegian descent that has helped to produce a slight orange citrus flavor and aroma. Think tropical stout.
So from what I know about this R&D series is that multiple breweries got the same ingredients and the same
Well, they took the yeast
stuff.
Yeah,
Same yeast,
yeah.
same stuff, and then different people used the same stuff.
To see what they get.
So that's what they're doing with.
Well, they also added their own twist to it because there's no way that you're going to get this color and this flavor profile.
They did different styles. Yeah.
Yeah. But
So you get the same product, but you can make any style you want.
well, Boneshire had to have added some smoked malts
Yeah, they had
or
to.
something because you wouldn't get this color and this profile without adding some smoked malt. And 0 Day used all pales and no roasted. You know what I mean? And I'm like, who else did it? Who else was in it?
I can't remember. I heard there was
Millworks?
like 4 or 5 people.
I think Millworks. So Eric was in it, and
Probably Appalachian.
Appalachian was in it. Yeah,
All right.
yeah. So I'm gonna have to check those out too.
So when we leave here, is there a place that we can go buy like mix packs or make mix of sixes or anything like that, like on the way out of here that we can?
Oh yeah. Breskies. Shout out to Breskies out
They
there
do
on
mix of
Eisenhower
sixes?
Boulevard. You can do a
So we
mix
can
of
get
six.
some good
We'll get you
Harrisburg
there.
beers and take them back.
You can also do growler fills. Yeah,
They got Harrisburg beers. Like
they do. Yeah. 0 Day is there.
I would like to try more 0 Day.
Is Boneshire there? I can't remember.
This was like a Boneshire episode, to be honest.
know.
Like we interviewed Harris, but Harris put over Boneshire, which I like that.
Because these are our folks. Like,
Yeah.
because we don't have no beer
Shout out
for
to
you.
you, Alan.
You lucky we ain't had no Vegetable Hunter beer. You know what I'm saying? Because
they
We're
make
excited.
good
We're excited to go to them, and we're
Yeah.
going to say very highly that you guys put them over too.
yeah, we're about to do a collab with them.
Our second collab with
Our
them.
second
actually.
collab with them because we did a collab with them in December, in August for December, and then they immediately were like, "Hey, let's do another one." That was the shit.
Yeah, people love that one.
And we also got one.
I got it.
Happening in Philly.
Actually, no, you.
With
I got
Love City.
Love City in Philadelphia. We're doing a collab with them, but that collab is going to be for Fresh Fest.
Okay.
So we're bringing them to Fresh Fest because there's another black-owned brewery that's opening in Philadelphia called Two Locals.
Yep.
So we're bringing Two Locals and Love City to Fresh Fest with a 3-way collaboration because they need to experience Fresh Fest.
Yeah.
And that's the only 2 collabs we got coming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anyone? Because I'm a big advocate. Is if you put it out in the universe, it can happen.
Okay. Me too.
Who would be someone you would like to work with, like do a collaboration with?
I mean, it's already kind of sort of in the works, but I need to do. I want to work with Free Will because John is just really fucking cool.
Yeah.
He
Smarter than he looks.
No. He is more godly than he looks. Like
Right.
he is a fucking beer god.
Yeah.
and he just like he.
Just walks around with mere mortals.
Yeah.
but when you get a hint of who he is and what he knows,
Right. You're like, whoa, shit.
And where's he out of?
Free Will is in Phoenixville.
Free Will.
Yeah, Free Will Brewing.
We have
And
never
he's-
had any of their beers.
And he's always, every time I talk to him, every time
I don't
You
think
never
we
had Free
did
Will?
on the show. No.
they have a meadery.
You better drink some fucking Ralphie's.
That Craggle
blow
or
your
whatever.
mind.
Yeah.
That's good. I've had that.
Yeah. No, the meadery is separate. That's not Free Will. That's Haymaker.
That's
Yeah,
where
but-
Separatist was brewing down there.
Yeah.
At
I
Free
know
Will.
that Free Will did like a Blood and Guts like sour.
Yeah.
which is really cool because it like you see the chainsaw and all. It's
Yeah.
all bloodied up, and then also they did a key lime pie like
They're-
sour.
They're
then,
no
too.
joke with the sours.
Yeah.
And the reason
They're
I
more
bring them up
traditional.
is because John Stemler, he's like the head brewer over there. Every time I talk to him, because I didn't know much about Free Will before I started talking to him, like I would have interactions with him, and he would always be like, "Yeah, your place is right here. Come here, buddy. Like I'm going to tell you what's going on." I was like, "Man, stop tripping. Like I know what I'm doing." And the more and more I talked to him, I was like, "All right, like yeah, you got some good stuff to say. Like let's talk." And he's always just been receptive to us and specifically me because. He wants to impart that knowledge on to me. And then one day I was just with him and like people were like bowing down to him as a fucking beer god. And I was like, "Hey John, you know you're a beer guy?" He was like, yeah, whatever. Like
Humble.
Yeah, he's
just chilling, man.
He's
humble-
like Thor.
a humble master.
Yeah, like I was like, "All right, man, well, I'm here."
Sign me up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's into something that you didn't realize, but yeah. We have never had free will on the show, but like this is another reason why we do this. Is because it opens the doors to more stuff for us to try. So,
Word.
Yeah,
we've never had it in the show, but I've had plenty of free.
Yeah, we never had on the show. That's our thing. So what happens is, all right, I'm gonna steal this because you're gonna rip it away from me. Because if I start telling the story, because I'm gonna pick on Ben a little bit here. What happens is that we usually have guys who are like, Jason's like, oh, I'm gonna bring 2 beers from this place, and then what we try to do is we at least have 3 beers from one brewery, so we can say like when we title the episode, it's it's Rotunda, and then like Rotunda, but then when you tune in, it's like Rotunda, 1 Abomination, 1 from Snitz, 1 from here, 1 from Hudson Valley, and then what we normally do, we don't have to do it today because it's all from Boneshire, and
0 Day.
Yeah, and 0 Day. We line them up and we say like, okay, everyone vote. What was your beer of the day? And then we all pick the winner of that episode, and then we pick 2nd and 3rd place.
Okay.
And then we give a full review, like how we review the beer. But the thing is, I don't get to travel too much and see places because I do 4 shows, and I'm always doing things. But I'm trying to open open more to going and traveling and seeing things. So going to a place and saying, oh, this place has food. It also does this. It also does that. You can do this. So we're trying to educate people on maybe breweries that we didn't know or you didn't know, and say, hey. Another thing we have good access to is a lot of local bars are always hitting us up, and they're like, hey, like, we like your show, you should come to our bar.
Yeah.
If I can mend that gap and say, hey, I know these guys in Harrisburg, Harris Family Brewing Company, first black-owned brewery in Pennsylvania, in the 717 or Pennsylvania, and they can do a tap takeover here. Let's work something out. So then I get you in contact with the bar, and then we can do like a cool event, and maybe put like a band or something in, and kind of like bring the Harrisburg field to Schuylkill County or wherever we were at.
No,
so
we're bringing the MCs and the rappers.
Who are some guys in the area, music-wise, that you guys are a fan of? Besides yourself, obviously, you got bars for days.
Besides Hannibal directed,
I got bars.
Actually, Interviews with Everyday People's theme song for a while was Vito DePiro.
Shout out to Vito. So the bartender Meg, that's her boyfriend.
Oh, really? Yeah, Meg is cool. He puts a lot of pictures of her working out and then he's like calls people creeps, joking around. But Vito is a really cool dude. He gets some shit because he's a white dude rapping.
Wait. Is that the boy that she was in the video that one time? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Vito's dope.
Shout out to Vito. He's dope. He makes house music.
We used a song called "Living My Life."
Yep.
And I
was actually supposed to be in it. That's the video you were just talking about.
Yeah. and I used to tell him, I'm not I don't like all the Philadelphia sports teams. I'm not a Philadelphia sports team guy, but I'm like, that song is the new Rocky theme song. Like that song makes you motivated. Like, it's positive. It's like, hey, I went through some shit. I went through some struggles. Like, his last album that I put out was like, there was a story to it, talking about his trials and tribulations. Because a lot of people see him and see like, oh, well, you come from privilege, or you come from a family who has some like money and this and that, and that's why you're doing what you're doing. But no, he legit has talent, and he is grinding, and he's doing everything he's supposed to be doing. And that shouldn't discredit him from that scene. I think he's good at what he does. I think he's a good dude. Yeah, right. He's dope. I like him a lot.
There's a couple rappers in the city I listen to. Shout out to my little brother Payne Rain, CB. I can't remember the other guy.
Another guy I like a lot, I thought he was cool to talk to, was Stax 100.
The whole Stack Life family, that's my folks.
Yeah. And Stax is also a Redskins fan, so me and him we bond.
Yeah, it's terrible. Shout out to Young Dev. It's my little brother.
Young Dev, yeah.
What's the guy's name that was...
was it Scooby? Is another one I met Scooby Shakur.
Oh, yeah. He used to come to your house in Pembroke.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, they were all children.
Yeah, he's young. He's a young dude.
Yeah. So that's all. That's all his. Yeah, I'm about to say shout out to BP because that's like my generation.
Yeah, shout out to BP.
I used to rap with him because we're adults.
Shout out to your boy Thuggy.
Who was that?
P Thug.
Oh, okay, yeah, whatever. Shout out to the bull. Shout out to the homie.
Yeah, there's a lot.
His name to Thuggy.
His name.
Review the beer.
All right.
We're putting over rap music. So, what do we think of this stout? Listen, you guys already have my review. I'm at Jason. We'll go to Jason.
3.5.
3.5. I finished most of it. I drank more of that than I normally do. It didn't have a huge coffee taste, so it wasn't like it was over punched that I couldn't do it. I'm not going to review it because it's not my style of beer, but I did check it in. If you're a stout fan, I wouldn't understand. I wouldn't see why you wouldn't like it. If you're a stout fan, I think it's right up your alley.
Yeah, it's a solid stout. I would give it like a 3.5, 3.75, something like that. But
so I talk to people all the time who are like, I hate IPAs. Everything about IPA I hate, and I'm like, I don't understand how you think that way. I love IPA. So when I got
because
into
you
stout,
gotta convert them slowly, man.
yeah. And then when I got into stouts, I was like, oh, I can see why.
Yeah.
It's just not their thing.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not their thing.
It's like with those IPAs, it smells like cat piss. Give me that shit.
Yeah, smells like cat pee. Chug. Yeah,
Like hazy as fuck. I love it. Yeah.
What does that smell come from?
I personally converted Tim into an IPA drinker.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was strictly against it from the door.
There is a certain hops. I don't know the hops names, but there's certain hops that they're used. I'm like, not for me.
Well,
And my brain doesn't work like that yet.
Well, no, but it kind of does. You just don't realize it because he likes Citra, he likes Galaxy, he likes Hallertau,
Simone.
Yeah,
Or Simcoe.
Simcoe. I knew what you were talking about.
Yeah, sorry.
But I know that about him because I know the hops. He doesn't realize it because he's just like, no, I like these beers. So when I drink an IPA, and I'm like, yeah, Tim's not gonna like this. Is stupid. This is stupid. Like I like it because like I get these different notes.
Yeah.
Tim is definitely not gonna like it. And then I let him drink it. He's like, and he ends up giving me an entire full glass of the beer for me to finish.
And he's like, you're driving us home, right?
right, right.
I legit won't drink a beer.
Yeah.
Like, I won't. I can't force myself to drink a beer.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Tim will take one sip and be like,
Yeah, it'll take
here's-
one sip and you shut it down.
This is why I really like Untapped, because there was for a long time I was drinking. I was like, man, I really fucking like this beer, and then I'm like, I really like this beer, and I'm like, what about these beers do I like? Is it the brewery? Is it what they're using? Is it the ingredients? Because I don't know the process. I don't know what goes into it, and then a lot of it I was tracing back to certain hop characteristics. And I'm like, this is what make and I'm learning from Untapped. I'm learning by meeting guys like you who are behind the in the business, you know what I mean? So it's to me that I love doing this podcast because I'm also educating myself, and then someone who's listening can also take something from that as well.
As a director of operations, that beer paragraph, getting him to verbalize what he's doing is a tough job.
I'm gonna be honest. There's some breweries that we do, and we try to read that.
Yeah.
And they're like, they just don't put it up there.
Yeah.
So it's like for us, someone who like we do this show, we're like, we have no idea.
He hates me too. He'd be like, yo, just, what is serious? No, the one time, like in the very beginning, he was like, yo, I need like 2 paragraphs. Just say what is craft. He sent me an email. It just says, what is craft beer? 2 paragraphs. I fucking ignored his email for a month. I don't know, man. Get out my face with this. This is dumb.
I'm going to be honest, though. One of the things, I didn't really bring it up in an interview because I went against my golden rule. So when I usually do an interview with anybody, or even like, I don't look into anything because I want to come in cold and learn from. I did read the paragraph, like your website, and like the story of all, like it kind of breaks down everyone and their stories.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a good write up. I liked it.
Yeah, it took a lot of work.
Yeah. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. The website's not completed either, so if you see something and you're like, oh, why is that copied? That's because Tim hasn't went in there and fixed it yet. But the first couple pages are good.
Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. Where can people find you guys on social media?
At Harris Family Brewery on Instagram, at HF Brewery _ on Twitter. On Facebook, we're Harris Family Brewery. So you put in facebook.com / Harris Family Brewery. And like real rap, you could just email me at Sean@HarrisFamilyBrewery.com.
Just don't ask him to do anything; he won't respond.
Definitely won't respond.
It works out great because it's Harris Family, and you're also in Harrisburg, so it's like a double pun there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna email him right now.
And go to the GoFundMe.
What is craft beer? I dare you.
Don't give him like 2 paragraphs. He'll just ignore it for 2 months.
Yeah, see?
And please,
text you leave on read.
Like nope.
Please, before you spend all your tax money,
Please.
go to
Oh, you ain't shit.
Harris Family Brewery GoFundMe. We are trying to secure $15,000 for some obvious reasons, and we're at 7 already. So
Nice.
That's cool.
Are you guys try you said GoFundMe like if people donate like a sticker or a shirt or something like that?
No,
Not
not
yet.
this one.
Yeah, because we did a fucking
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter. We was giving out T-shirts and fucking stickers and like maybe like some bean flicking, like anything. I was willing to do almost anything. Yeah, real rap.
and it
As long
didn't
as
go.
as long as you say the magic word before, right? You're like,
Right.
there's no homo. Right?
Like, and it didn't go. So we were like, all right, well, how about we just like ask for money and don't give nobody shit.
Yeah.
And then like that worked out pretty good.
Yeah. That, honestly, everyone's like, why don't you have a GoFundMe? I was like, because I have nothing to offer yet. I have a page that you can go to and buy a T-shirt that says Bangin' Beers.
Yeah.
And it'll get shipped right to you. And everyone's like, don't like that.
Right.
Why don't you just sell them to me now? I'm like, because I can't afford to go get 1,000 T-shirts made. Because the way I look at it is, do I spend $1,000 and get T-shirts made to make money off the T-shirts, or do I just save the money and get the equipment to make my show better? I think it's better to buy this stuff and make yourself look better than go buy a fuck.
Our problem was like everybody, like when it comes to swag, when it comes to apparel or whatever, everybody wants something until you do this.
Yeah.
Right. And they're like, whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was going to be monies.
Shit costs money.
I don't want that hoodie anymore. That hoodie
Yeah.
is dope, but like I don't have monies.
You should look at teespring.com. That's what I use. You literally upload your logo, put it on T-shirts, fucking stickers, fucking leggings, everything. And then if you sell enough, they'll give you more product, like hats and stuff.
That's ironic because I have a Teespring too. Because his name begins with the letter T, and he makes all that shit.
Yeah.
Like he makes all our stuff. Like
you
he
screen printing?
made this.
Yeah, I do.
Nice.
He made this. He
That's
made
dope. I like
that.
the zip. I love zip ups. It's hard to find zip ups.
Yeah, so like we don't. That's not the problem. The problem is like when we say, "Yeah, I got this," and they're like, "Oh, that's dope," and you're like, "All right," and people be like, "Ooh."
When you come to School County Brew Fest, bring a shirt. I'm buying one, extra large. I don't care what's on it. If you want to do the dope, the dope one probably.
Got you.
I like the dope one a lot.
We're bringing the
Extra
dope.
large.
We're bringing
Yeah.
dope back. Dope was the first one. It was. I personally liked Crafty more.
The dope
when we
one
did
was like,
Crafty.
I think, what did people start saying about that? Where's the dope brewery at?
Yeah.
And we were like,
What?
read, people.
But then when Crafty came out, they was like, "Oh, where's the Crafty
Crafty
brewery
at?"
at?" And we're like, "No, like read the whole thing."
Yeah, you idiot.
Read the fine print.
So now I think the solution that he's probably going to do is just make Harris Family Brewery like
Bigger.
bigger.
Stupid big.
Maybe put it on top instead of on the bottom.
Maybe
I don't
put it
know.
on
Or
Yeah.
even just do like how you have the leaves go up the side. Put the dope with the leaves go up the side, and then just like end it at the Harris Family.
Well, nobody ever asked a question when it's this logo. This logo is like
That's the original.
this is our tried and true.
it's
Yeah.
super simple and it fucking hits perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the main one, and then these are.
Yeah.
we like these because these are fashionable. Like you can go to the
Dude,
club.
I'd rock that.
and get a dope shirt.
I'd rock a dope shirt. I like it a lot. Is there anything you guys want to put out there before we wrap up?
I actually want to put something out there. I want to say happy birthday.
Happy 21st
birthday to my son, Sean Paul Harris II.
Nice.
I have a 21-year-old out here because
When he turned 21.
today.
Are you going to get him fucked up tonight?
Absolutely.
No. He dipped out. I took him out to dinner last night. We went to Outback, and I punched him in the ribs because that's what dad's.
Do you guys do the 21 punches?
Well, I tried to.
He couldn't make
but
it.
I punched him the first time,
And he ran.
and this joke
He
is
hurt
in
his
shape.
hand.
I punched him. I was like, "Pow!" I was like, "Hey, man!" I'm like, "Yo, do you have something under your shirt?" He's like, "No, that's my stomach." I said, "Lift your shirt up, man. Lift your shirt up." He lifted his shirt up. I was like, "Oh wow, you're in better shape than I ever was."
Yeah, I don't. You know what? I don't think I have the cardio for 21 punches. I'm a gas out by 15.
No. But we gonna gang up on him though. Like him, me, and all his uncles. We gonna catch him.
We gonna catch you.
Oh. We gonna catch you, Sean Paul.
We gonna get you.
But no, we just appreciate y'all coming out here to Harrisburg, man.
Absolutely.
Like
Thank
I
you for
told
having
you,
us.
we haven't invited anyone up here. Like you guys may be like the second or third persons outside of our family that we've invited to this space.
I appreciate that.
GK was up here. Shout out to GK.
They were one of the two.
He came up here and took a couple pictures.
That's famous.
Yeah, that's family.
That's family.
But yeah, like I said, the GoFundMe is what we're doing. We're currently not open today, but we plan on being open in the next couple months, or open to make a product that we're going to distribute We're going to start self-distributing in the kegs, and then hopefully some growlers, and then cans, or bottles, then cans. So we're going to do everything we can on our own in this space. Like, you never know. This corner might be our bottling section. Like, you know what I mean? We haven't really mapped it out yet, but
I'm excited. We came in and I was like, okay, I'm digging it. And then it's like, I can't wait to come back in a couple months or in a year and be like, we were here when it was just when wood was everywhere. You know what I mean? And we're very honored, and I love the fact that you guys are even let us come up here and see your starting point, because a lot of people would be like, "Ooh, no, we're not letting people see this."
Yep.
No, I respect that. I respect, like, I'm telling you, the way you guys are going about it, where you're laying that groundwork, you're putting your research in, you're connecting with people, you're going out of your comfort zone and talking to people and meeting people and building that awesome foundation that you can put up from it. Harris family, you guys will be the shit one day. Like, every place starts from the bottom. Are you willing to put the work in to get to the top?
Yeah. Yep. And I appreciate how you inboxed us and how you reached out and how you showed love, because 60% of the people who inbox us are trying to sell us something.
Oh my God.
And we're like, hey, I ain't got no money.
Nah, not even 60. Like, that's like a strong 85.
Yeah.
So, when you guys reached out, I was like, yeah, we're down.
Yeah, we met you guys at Brewfest. You sat down and you're like, hey, we're just you were just starting out at that point, and I was like, I'd love to see how this progresses. And then I seen on Facebook that you guys were getting more up the chain. And I was like, I'm gonna reach out to them. Let's get, because I personally, I don't want to wait till I can easily, like, not easily, but I can message Trogs and be like, I want to just only talk to Trogs. I only want to talk to these because you're established. No, fuck that. I'm growing too. I want to talk to other people that are growing. Let's grow together. Like, that's how I want to do it. You know what I mean? Like, if I get big, you get big. Like, we can help each other out. If people watch my stuff or follow you, we're building together, and I like that progression. Anyone can just clout chase and go for the guy at the top of the mountain and say, I want to ride your coattails. No, fuck that. I'm willing to work. I'm willing to promote. I'm willing to put my name in the sand. Let's do it together. That's what I like to do.
Yeah. And that's the good thing, because the more that we actually collaborate, as far as the podcast and different events, it gets people addicted to the culture.
Yeah.
And the craft brew culture is still new, even though it's been around for a while. A lot of people still don't know about craft beer. So the more we introduce people to it, the more that we get to expand on both sides.
Yeah.
So we love being able to get conversations and social media attention from other people that we haven't had a chance to reach out to. So
yeah,
that's definitely a good thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of beers that we'll do, and I'll say, like, you know what, for us, this isn't a beer for us. But if you're brand new and you want to try a beer that's not super hoppy but still gives you that characteristic of like, so when we review beers, we try to come at it from an angle like, this sucks, it's not for us. We come at it more of like, if you're this is a good introductory beer to this game. Like, you should seek this one out and try it. Like, so, and we're not educated, but we'll get there. You know what I mean? Like, we'll learn more as we go.
Word.
I'm sorry, I cut you off there.
I forgot what I was about to say. Oh, yeah.
The tank is coming.
Because he was saying something about, the culture being new, and I was going to say, like, the craft beer culture is still evolving to a point where we don't even really know where it's going, because think about 5-10 years ago when the culture was really, really new, and you didn't see any black faces in it other than Geo. That may have been it.
Yeah.
No, because Kev was open. Union was open, 5 or 10 years ago. But so the culture is still evolving to a point where everybody is starting to realize the unity aspect of it, and it's just a beautiful thing to see at this point in craft beer culture, because everybody is here. And everybody is beginning to be represented. And it's almost like the beer Avengers coming together.
Oh, yeah, I hear you on that.
Yeah. He's going to break the whole thing going off the page.
He's just looking, he's just making sure. He's like, oh, man.
I had one episode where we started recording, and I don't know what happened to the camera, but it just froze. And I had like a 3-hour episode, and none of it was usable. It looks like it's recording, but if you look at the number, like when it's it's froze. Yeah. And the camera's, like, if I wave, it's still taking an image, but the internals, everything's good. I usually check it earlier, but I forgot because it was a good conversation. Anything else you guys want to put out there?
I love you, Mom. HFB 2020.
HFB 2020.
Say no to drugs.
There you go.
Yep.
Or I'm a big ever hear the band Steel Panther? Their whole gimmick is just like 80s rock, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And they have a shirt that says, say perhaps to drugs.
Well, yeah, I mean, like,
Because you never know what you're going to
depending on what the drug is. Like maybe
drug.
maybe not do like meth. That is terrible.
Yeah, no,
but like,
no one ever got creative and made it a gold record on meth, you know.
Yeah,
but like, maybe try shrooms and stuff like that. Like
Psychedelic stuff.
Listen, Aerosmith and Motley Crue did really well on heroin for a little bit, but then you got to know when to quit. You know what I mean? Like,
You gotta know when to hold him and know when to fold him.
You gotta know when to shut the smack down.
listen, we love Jimi Hendrix, but you know he didn't fold his cards at the right time.
Right,
you know?
right,
like,
right.
He wasn't doing those guitar riffs sober. You know, like, try it a little bit. No, I'm joking.
No.
Don't do any drugs. Just drink beer. Jason, you got anything? Any last questions you want to ask? No. All right. You killed it today, brother. Ben, do you have anything in closing? I should have never did it.
Well,
so
let's
I'm so
talk
sorry.
about who talked the least. Who talked the least today?
It might be a run between him and
Ben and JT,
Ben,
right?
Yeah. No, well, Jason and JT. Ben read stuff.
Oh shit, Ben did read.
Yeah,
Jason, you didn't say shit, man.
It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people here today.
It is.
It's a lot of people.
It is not. It's not easy when. Yeah.
I just want to point out that you look like Chris Farley from back in the day when he did the show. What was the show where he lived?
Farley?
No, it's Chris Farley. Chris, what the fuck was his name?
Chris Evans. No, not Chris
No,
Evans.
no.
Oh.
He lived in his parents on top of the parents' garage and shit. It was a like a 90s show. God damn it, I can see his face in my head. The fucking guy from Scary Movie with the short hand.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Now we gotta look for it.
All right.
This moment has been brought to you by Google.
Let's walk around it. Let's go around the table and say who we all look like here. No.
No, fuck that. Let's do that.
No.
Rick Ross.
Shout out to the Paris.
I got him.
Did you ever watch? Hold on. Did you ever watch the Bohemian Rhapsody movie?
Yes.
The Queen movie.
Yes.
Remember Freddie's lover, the one with the mustache?
Oh, here we fucking go. Here we fucking go.
Oh shit!
I love you, Freddie. I love you.
You look just like him.
Oh, here we fucking go.
Dude.
And it's Chris Elliott you're talking about.
It's Chris Elliott. It's Chris
Chris
Elliott.
Elliott. There's a side by side Jason and Chris Elliott.
I mean, those are terrible pictures, but like I'm talking about Chris Elliott from the '90s.
Yeah.
Versus,
Yeah, from Saturday Night Live and all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely. It's
take
not
it.
a bad thing.
Shit, man. I don't care. It's all good.
I get the old Casey. Well, I think my nana at one point said I looked like Casey Kane or something like that, NASCAR driver.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the one from America's. Wait, is that Casey Kane?
You're sucking with names.
Yeah, I'm terrible with names. The guy that did the voice for Bumblebee in Transformers. No, Frank's not here yet.
No, Frank's not here.
Frank's not here yet.
Peter's here, but not Frank.
If I had to say I look like anybody, it would be Ghostface Killer.
Ghostface Killer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shout out to the Wolf.
Shout out to the Wolf. Shout out to Ghostface.
Because they ain't nothing to fuck with. I'm trying to find Ben here real quick.
Oh, here we go.
Dude, it's so funny. We were watching
Ben,
the movie. I was like,
I've
the whole
seen
time.
that movie several times. You look like the guy. Like let's
I
be
usually
real
get a
about that.
Will Smith reference. I usually get a when I'm clean, I get an Usher reference. It's,
Kind of do look like
I do
Usher.
like Usher.
it works sometimes.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, you look like
That's
Yeah.
bad.
Without the beard.
I get a few different ones, but none of them. Some of them are attractive people, and I'm not. So I disagree with it. But anyone who has beady little eyes and a pug nose, I get. So like from here up, I look like a celebrity, and then you see my body, you're like, that's not you. I get a Wahlberg, like Donnie or Mark.
I was gonna say I was gonna say Wahlberg.
I get Nick Jonas because he has the beady little eyes and the pug nose.
maybe.
And then when I used to be younger and I used to shave my head, but I used to get shape ups because I was like, oh, cool, because I grew up with like an all black family, and they usually like, yo, we'll cut your hair, and they would give me shape ups. And I was like, this is all right, I like it, but the problem is I have a widow's peak, right?
Right.
So when I get shape ups, I look like Mickey Mouse, right? 'Cause I look like Eddie Munster, right? So I was like, I can't do shape ups no more, guys. Like,
I have so many follow-up questions for this man.
go ahead. You can
We
hit
have
him
to do
up.
a whole nother
They
podcast.
can't. Like, we don't have the time for the all-black family and Widow's Peak and shape-up conversation.
All right, so I was someone in school who didn't have many friends. I never fit in, and then a family was like the second black family to ever move to like Monty City. Became really good friends, and like they were like my family. You know what I mean? Because they were from New York, and that was the thing. If you were in their circle, you were family,
Right.
and that's just pretty much what it was. Like I called their moms. They educate like, yo, you're gonna love
He
this
said
story.
moms too. First
Yeah,
of all,
moms.
so like,
Yeah.
you know, they's from New York.
So the first time we ever hang out, they're like, "You gonna come over for food and dinner?" And I was like, "Okay." Now they're a big family, like 7-8 kids. Like, so I was like, "Oh, okay." I'm a picky eater. I'm terrified. All I eat is Italian food. That's it. So I come over and she has like Southern style gumbo, like just stuff thrown in a pot. And I was like, oh my God, I don't like this. I'm picky, like, but I'm gonna eat it because I'm not gonna be disrespectful. And I'm also someone I've never ate dinner at a black family before. It's a different experience. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not being ignorant or racial. Just it's intimidating at first.
There's a difference between dinner and supper.
Yeah, right. So I'm trying to hide to the back of the line, and then Mom's is like, "Yo, if you don't get up there, boy, you're never gonna eat because they'll fuck that food up.
Savages.
You better get in there."
Yeah.
So she put me to the front of the line.
Yeah.
We eat the whole nine, and the best part was the little brother. He was like a baby. He comes down the stairs. They just moved to this town, so they're from New York. You know what I mean? So I'm the first white dude he's ever seen in his life. And he's confused.
That's the thing,
right?
That's the
He's
thing.
like, is there a ghost in our house? Like, you know what I mean? And he's looking at me, and I'm looking at him. And I was like, "What's up, man?" And he's just like, "Dude," because I guess all he ever sees was like, "Hey, dude," like on cartoons.
Oh, okay.
So he called me dude for like 4 years. I love him to death. He's actually playing college football now, so he's killing. It's actually Craig's littlest brother, Josh.
Okay.
Yeah, he plays for like a D1 school. He's killing. He's like offensive lineman.
No shit.
So we're eating dinner, and then Craig's dad comes down. He comes home from work. This dude he was built like Apollo Crew, like Apollo from the Rocky
Apollo
movies.
Creed,
Like he's
yeah.
just fucking huge, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm all right. And he's just like, who are you? And I was like, I don't even know, man. Right? And I'm like, I live across the street. If you want me to leave, I'll go right now. Right? And he's like, you here for supper? I was like, yeah. I was like, all right, cool. So we all sit down, we eat. And he's like, well, tonight's our movie night. Are you gonna hang out and watch a movie? And I was like, I'm not gonna say no. So we go up and watch a movie. They put on Rosewood.
Oh shit! No. Oh shit!
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. Y'all couldn't pick nothing else.
Nope.
We gonna go straight. We going straight to the.
there.
Break him in good.
So, have you
okay.
ever seen Rosewood? Rosewood is about a black gentleman who was accused of rape to a woman who lied, and they killed him, and it literally turned the neighborhood upside down, and it became a literal manhunt. If you were black, you were getting killed.
Yeah.
And it's a true story. And the whole time we're watching it, we're getting commentary from Craig's dad. You motherfucker! Right? And I'm just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So we watch the whole movie. I'm fucking, and I'm doing like the one comedian skit. I'm like, nobody told me it was this bad. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Like,
Yeah.
but like the best part about that was I was educated. Like, I grew up as an Irish-Italian kid in an all-white neighborhood, and they came and showed me a whole different side of culture. Like, I showed them rock and roll. They showed me R&B hip-hop. They showed me black history. And I was like, yo, for how fucked up that was, you should check out Irish history. They were treated like not... Listen, white people always pull that card like, we had it just as bad.
The Irish word. Yeah,
I'm
okay,
Irish.
buddy.
I'm Irish. It was bad, but we were never hunted like fucking animals. It was like
I mean,
apples and oranges.
Because you can always just shave your face and be like, "Yeah, my name is Johnson."
Yeah, I'm Tony Salvatoni. I'm Italian tonight.
yeah.
You couldn't do that. You know what I mean?
I can't do that. I can't be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna fucking be Sean Johnson."
Yeah, the only thing you can do is like, I'm Dominican. They're like, still doesn't matter.
Still
You're back on the boat. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so. There's a comedian that says if they invented a time machine tomorrow, like only white people can use that. Like,
Right.
where you, like, I would love to go back to the. No, I don't want to go back there. Can we go in the future? Hopefully, something gets better. But yeah, so they experienced a lot, and then at the very end of the movie, I'm shitting bricks. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I'm sweating. At the very end, like, the guy's running, he's getting on the train, and the door slides open, and it's the white dude. He's like, oh, I pull him up. I'm like, yeah, that's me.
I'm an ally.
Not all of us are bad. Like,
Yeah.
the whole movie, the whole time watching, I'm like, there's nothing I can do to justify this.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, we were horrible human beings at one
That's
point in time.
fucking No. The hilarious part is the whole like we know that you're coming over for dinner. Who picked Rosewood? The dad.
It had to
The
be
dad
the
was
dad.
like, you know what? Fucking put on Rosewood.
This kid gonna learn today.
Kid gonna learn today, right now. We're gonna put on Rosewood.
And I fucking sure did.
He probably was
Nice.
double fisting Rosewood and like
Roots.
Amistad.
That's what they were.
or Amistad.
Yeah, Roots.
Yeah.
Roots is too long. We
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, this shit's too long. I'm gonna go ahead and put
man.
on motherfucking
Rose
posse.
Oh.
Oh shit!
and then every other one, because they used to have their own church and they had it in their living room, like because they just started, like, they were pastors and deacons and the whole nine. I was like, I gotta stop going. They're like, wow. I'm like, you take too long for church, man. Like, I got shit to do. Like 14 praise and worships, like all day.
No, black church don't care about your football.
Time doesn't exist in black church.
I like football. Like, my team sucks, and I still want to go watch it lose. But here's the thing: like, I used to go to we go to churches all over the place. And like, some of the best musicians I've ever seen in my life came from church.
Okay.
And I grew up in Italian, Irish Catholic churches and Italian churches, and it's just like blah, 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 amen. Like, I'm like, how do you learn from this?
Catholic.
Where like, Catholic churches where like. It's like a Southern Baptist, not denomination, they actually have a conversation with you up there, so you're actually getting something from it. So it was good in that aspect. But yeah, there's a lot of things I got to experience that a lot of people don't, because a lot of people aren't willing to go outside their comfort zone and see someone who may be different, for whether it's they have different skin tone or different religious beliefs or religious anything different. If you step out of your comfort zone and sit with somebody and learn and hang out and become friends and family, we're all the same. We may have a different upbringing, but it's okay to have that. Like, we're all human. You know?
That is the biggest thing going on in craft beer right now.
Diversity and inclusion and all of that good stuff you
If
just
I
said.
go into one more fucking brewery and have to be looking up at 18 Confederate flags, I'm going to punch somebody in the mouth.
It's heritage, not hate. No, motherfucker, that's hate. I always do this. I'm like, all right, it's heritage, not hate. They're like, yeah. And I was like, all right, cool. So you like waving a losing flag?
Right.
Now, cool. Listen, if that's what you're about. What was it about? And they're like, well, we didn't want the same rights as the North. Well, what were the rights you were fighting for? We wanted the right to do how we wanted to do our own business. Okay, break that down even more. What was wrong with your business? All right, you're right. We wanted black slaves. That's what you're right. It just.
You ever see the video where the bull was like, hey, what did he say? He said, my family was poor. You know how much a black person cost back in the day? I was like, yo.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you mean? Like, how much a person costs? Like, fuck the skin color. Like, you're going to buy a people?
Yeah.
Who to buy people?
Shit.
The Irish had it similar, but not to the same extent. Like, we were given a house, like, oh, you could live in this house, but you're going to work in this coal mine. But if the dad goes to work today and dies, the wife, either you have to take his spot or send one of your children, and if you don't, get the fuck out of our house. And by the way, here's your husband on your front porch. Find a way to bury him. Have a good day. You have 3 weeks to get somebody in that mine, or you're fucking out of here. And then the Irish people were like, you know what? We're fighting back. Yeah. And they pretty much created what we now have as workers' rights. Like, the Molly Maguire history is like how an employer can't do A, B, C, and D to you, because that started from the Irish Revolution.
Wow.
And then we get unions.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
I read that. Shout out to unions. Never mind.
But yeah, it was an awesome conversation. Thank you guys so much for having us. I really look forward to watching you guys grow. And
you too.
If you guys ever have anything going on, you're like, hey, we're going to a brew fest this weekend, or we're going to a brewery just for a couple beers. If you guys are free, hit us up. We'll definitely come and tag along and hang out.
Wait, one more thing. Did we pick what the best beer was?
Oh, we can do that.
We had four. We had four.
All right, hold on. Let me open up my Untapped and pull them all out.
What was the best?
I have Ben's
Wait,
Bohemian
never mind.
Rhapsody photo on my
I don't
face.
want to do this anymore because now I got to pick between.
Boshire.
I got to pick between Theo and Alan.
All right, so 717 collaboration was first. Second was Green Machine. Then we had Financial Panther.
Yeah.
And then we had the long crazy A1, the Bone Sour Stout. We'll say it was the only stout. So we'll start with you. Out of those, what was your favorite of the day?
The Green Machine.
Green Machine.
Yeah, hands down.
Because it was and it wasn't even the hazy for you. That's interesting.
I drank a lot of West Coast IPAs before I ever had hazy IPA.
What about you? What's your pick? Are you
Sean Harris, what's your pick?
Sean Harris, the owner of Harris Family Brewing.
Yo, you just gonna do me like that?
Hey Sean, in case we're not watching on video,
Oh my god!
pick your favorite child.
It was the stout.
The stout. Okay.
Yep. Now,
Okay.
how about that?
All right, so I'm going with the Green Machine.
Green Machine.
I'm going to do a slasher. I'm going to do Green Machine.
No, ain't no slash.
only one.
Ain't no slash.
I pick one.
Yeah. This is NFL teams. You
Your
pick
favorite
one.
son.
You pick one.
He's getting fucking salty over this shit, yo.
I'm going to go with Financial Panther.
Oh, all right. Dun.
Dum dum.
Timothy White.
Green Machine.
Okay.
All right.
That was good. It's good.
I'm definitely gonna say Green Machine as well.
It's a good IPA.
I'm also going Green Machine. Green Machine's going to be our. Yeah, we do have second and third place. So
Financial Panthers.
So we have
Financial
next
Panther.
is the 717 collab. We have the Financial Panther, and we have the Stout. We'll start with you.
The stout.
Stout.
Financial.
Financial. Because all right, so his rule, like you can't repick the same person that you picked the last round for. All right,
Yeah, that's fine.
Financial Panther.
Financial Panther.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
He's fucking torn.
Give it.
I mean, it's only two choices.
We had the slash, man. Isn't the other one?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Green Machine. But
Oh, okay. No, but
I'm just going to go with Green Machine.
Okay.
Financial Panther was my second place.
okay.
I would say Financial Panther as well.
Financial Panther's taking second today.
Financial Panther taking second.
Third place, we got the Stout and the Collab. I'll start and we'll go back this way. I'm going to go with I'm not a Stout guy, but the 717 Collab was fantastic. They're all good beers. So we're ranking them, but there was not one bad beer in this bunch. They were all fantastic.
Yeah.
I would love to have more from Bone Sour and also from Zero Day.
Yeah. Word. Don't come at me, Theo. Chill out, bro.
And I like the Stout. Stout was simple. It was tasty. It did what it was supposed to do. I like the Stout.
717 collab for me.
Collab.
717s. That's a cool glass. I like that.
I'm going with the Stout.
Stout.
Collab's taking third because I couldn't pick the stout because I
Yeah.
picked it first.
Yeah, I'd say the collab.
All right, Collab gets third. Sorry, Stout. Sorry. Listen, I drank more of that Stout than I've ever drank on the show before. Like I had a couple mouthfuls. It's just the coffee is tough. It wasn't overpowering for me for coffee. There was some chocolate in there.
Still a good stout.
Yeah, it was a good stout. I think if you're a stout person, you should definitely
I
check it
love
out.
stouts, and I picked the stout, so Alan, don't come at me.
Yeah.
Alan, put him in a pretzel.
But once again, guys, thank you so much. Check out all the links below here to follow everything we have going on. Their GoFundMe page, their Facebook, Instagram, the whole nine. And check out some Harris Family Brewing Company and all the other great stuff that's going on in the 717 area when it comes to beer. And keep an eye out for these guys in the future. And if you want to help these guys grow, definitely go hit that GoFundMe up. You got a couple bucks, throw them your way. All right.
That's right.
See you guys next time for Bangin' Beers Podcast. We're out.
We love you guys.
Oh my god, I got a piss.